How did I get to say? Ah, shit. I guess so. Oh, shit. Richie, what are you doing? Richie. Richie. Yeah, nobody cares. Glad you're here. Nobody cares. Hey, I'm here, Richie. Nobody cares. Sacco. Flex it. Flex it. Flex a little bit. Flex a little bit. Flex a little bit today. Flex a little. You gotta drink water, not alcohol. Oh! Flex. Jeremy, we got some heavy hitters here. We got some heavy hitters here. We got some heavy hitters here on the show. We got heavy hitters in the show. Who's coming out tonight? We got heavy hitters in the show. Who's coming on down tonight? Who's coming downtown? Who's coming? Who's coming? Did you take your vitamin B12? I did. Take it. Take your vitamins. Take your vitamins. Come on. Come on. Take your vitamins. Eat some prunes. Take 2 showers a day. Stay fresh. I can't stress it enough. And it is what it is. Flex. It's like slow motion in a movie. The guy's about to get whacked. Flex. And that was the last time we saw the flexers. He went to the great flex beyond. Gentlemen, 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 gentlemen. Flexing, flexing, flexing. I'm gonna have both Jeremy and Sacco on tonight, and I'm gonna put them on in that order for one main reason. Jeremy is in a later time zone, so it's gonna be later for Jeremy. So Jeremy, we're gonna have Jeremy on first, and then we're gonna have the great flexer. Because when I have people on, I'm trying to also, because it is a work night, think about that as well. So right now, Jeremy is maybe close to 10 o'clock, and then, but Sacco right now, it's 8 o'clock. So, you know what I'm saying? Though? So I'm trying to be thoughtful of that. But where's Sack? Where is Sack? Has anybody seen Sack? Is Sack on? Is Sack hanging out by the train track with his canaries? Is Sack in Ohio? Sack, are you in Ohio? Sack. We got the Estaban Carrera 10 Años, a cigar that nobody cares about, a brand that nobody cares about. So it is what it is. I mean, it is well made. The cigar looks nice. It is a rectangular, wide and thin box press. He is. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
What's up, brother?
You got the jacket.
How you been? How you doing?
You know, I can't complain, my friend. Can't complain.
I was in the middle of watching your review when you went live, so I saw about half.
Are you mad? Would that be like watching a movie and the actor comes by and you're like, what do I do? Do I watch the movie or do I hang out with him in real life? Do you like me better in real life or not real life?
I think I like certain aspects of both.
No, you're right.
You know.
Because when Richie's by himself, it's super Richie.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I enjoy the reviews. Talking on the live school too. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, "Fuck you, Richie. I like you better when you're not here." He's like,
No, 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 no.
"Yeah, how you been? All right?
Yeah, yeah. Just working a lot, but been good. Been good.
That's good.
But yeah, I was gonna
Family's
say
good.
I was watching your video. I was kind of pleased to hear you. Yeah, I won't give too much away, but I liked it. It was good
I think.
for what I've seen so far. I haven't seen the end, but
Oh, you didn't see the best part then.
oh, okay.
I
Well,
will.
I at least enjoy. I liked your initial impressions and what you thought about it.
Yeah. Um, do me a favor. Once you text the chat after you watch the whole thing, whether it's tomorrow or whatever, let me know. Let me know because there's. Anyways, I'm not going to give it away.
Okay.
Is a part that you'll understand.
Yeah. Okay. I think was it Notorious?
Yeah, he's asking
I
what
don't
you
know. So
smoking.
I am smoking the Lost City tonight, my friend.
That's
Toro,
fantastic.
but it's more of a Churchill, honestly, almost. I mean, it's damn near 7 inches long, and it's a 48 ring gauge. So, I mean, they
So
call it a Toro, but
that's a
it's a
Churchill.
yeah, it's pretty much a Churchill. But
Uh,
I really enjoy that 48 ring gauge. I really do.
you know why they probably called it that name? Because I think Toro. Oh, I know Toro is just a more popular size. You know what I'm saying though? I think when people hear Churchill, they're like, "Oh, that's a big long cigar." But you can call the same cigar Toro, and you're like, "Oh, like,
Yeah, yeah. But no, I like this size. I've had like the Robusto, but I like this size better. I think the smaller ring gauge. I don't know. It changed it. Obviously the length too, but definitely
no."
changes it.
Sometimes with the blend, the way it hits you, a longer or maybe is it a skinnier gauge? The other one or no?
Yeah, this is a 48. I think the others, like I think the Robusto's a 50, and I think they make double Robusto as well. Yeah, they do because I had some 52 ring gauge.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes, man, sometimes the bigger size is better. I mean, it's for personal preference, like the way it hits you. Um, and sometimes a little less intensity, you get more complexity. It's generally intensity, complexity is like a battle. At some point, maybe they meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying, though, at a happy zone. But
Yeah.
you know, uh, I think that comes down to your mood too. Like like if you ask me, would I prefer complexity over intensity? Generally speaking, intensity, but I don't want to have no complexity. But that also depends on my mood. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Well, you
Um.
already won tonight. You're smoking the better cigar. This one was a gift though. This one, the cigar owner. He's like, "Oh, have you tried this one?" And in my back of my mind, I'm like, "Thanks a lot." I appreciate it, but like, Estaban Carrera is like literally like my. I don't want to say my least favorite premium brand, but it's up there. Like I don't ever. Do you ever smoke them or no?
I've never had that one. No,
Would you smoke the brand? Like, do you like the brand?
never have. No, never have smoked it.
Okay, yeah. So this isn't a regular one. Remember, I gave the Chupacabra a terrible review. I did not like the Chupacabra. This is the
Okay.
10 años. And supposedly, it's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, aged 10 years, and then with Nicaraguan tobacco. For a
Hmm.
San Andreas wrapper, it is silky smooth, which really doesn't make me feel like it's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. But I guess I'll have to take their word for it.
Yeah.
It's
What
also
is
very,
that? What's the blend on that? Do you know? What is it? Nicaraguan or is it?
yeah,
What is
it's
it
all
made from
Nicaraguan
Nicaragua?
with
Okay.
and Nicaragua with San Andreas. So
Yeah.
in my mind, like there's ideas what it should taste like, you know, but I don't know what it's gonna taste like though. We'll see. I like the size. It's like a robusto, uh, flat box press.
Hmm.
Uh,
I like a box
uh,
press.
what's that?
I like a box press.
Box press robusto really makes sense. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy when you get like a gigantic, big fat robusto, big fat cigar, which I don't like. Generally, like gigantic cigars. But if it's like a 6x64 box press, it gets ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm holding like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah.
Um. I don't know though. I do enjoy the La Historia, the big one, the Churchill. It's a box press. I do enjoy that cigar, but
Yeah, but
it's
how big are
definitely
we
a.
talking about? Like 6 by 54?
I don't know. Notorious would know. I would because he had recommended them. It might even be by 56. I don't know. It's a pretty big cigar. But the box press, that changes it, right? That kind of masks the
Yeah.
ring gauge a
It
little
also
bit.
depends how you box it. When
Yeah,
you go wider, it makes it feel smaller because when you hold it in your hand, you got more space here. Look, than up and down. When you make it totally square and you gotta start spreading your fingers, I'm getting sexual here. But if it's a round cigar or it's not spread out that much, look. But if you go with a wide flat box press, ready? You got plenty of room this way. I mean, that's
yeah,
serious. Like, what's more
yeah,
comfortable for an hour? This or this? This or this? Wait, ready? Look, ready?
yeah,
Okay. This watch or that's this way. So look at the space. So you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? So how do you spread the load? I feel like we just hit a new peak right there. I mean, let me see. What's the space between your fingers right now? Put the cigar in and take the
Uh,
cigar out, and then we know the spacing.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I generally like. See, I change. I change. Yeah, this is getting a little weird. I don't know.
No,
Now
but
unbutton the top button of your shirt just a little bit. No.
he's like
Um.
this, like that.
A lot of times, like I don't know, I find myself doing different things. I guess sometimes I'll hold it like this. Sometimes I'll hold it like this. It's just I don't know. I go back and forth. I
But
guess.
dude, this is the first time we're talking about the finger space in between. No one's ever talked about that, and we reached a new
Yeah.
level in the channel. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That was funny though.
I'll say right off the bat, I'm not really impressed with the cigar. I'll give it a second. One
Hmm.
more question though. What are you wearing? I was pulling a Gale sack.
Mm.
Um, no, what it is
See,
I don't like.
I'm so pale I almost glow even in the fucking dark. Look at I mean, well, no, I think it's the light from my dashboard.
Hey, is that
Anyway.
is that a box press in your fingers? Or?
Why no? It's a 6 3/4 by
Oh wow!
48.
But just imagine like they had that new what the hell is it called? Not
Oh,
JFR, the other brand. No, the cheap JC Newman. He makes some good stuff and the cheap stuff. 72 by 7. Holy shit! Imagine holding that and just
yeah, they sent me. Well, I think I sent you guys a picture in the chat. When I ordered that box of my father, the 10th anniversary. They sent me like five. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're mid tier, maybe leaning to low tier cigars. Like it was like a high castle. You said it was like a Gurkha or something.
no, Gurkha. That's a Gurkha. High Castle was a low end Gurkha,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah, yeah,
recommend that. But was it good?
yeah. I haven't smoked it yet. They gave me one
Honestly,
of
I would
those.
save it as like a going fishing cigar. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't waste your
They
palate.
gave me a Charter Oak though. I'm gonna smoke that.
That's a
They
solid
gave me
breakfast cigar.
Yeah, they gave me an Oliva O. I'm gonna try that. I've never tried the O.
I'm not crazy about the
What
O,
else?
but it's way better than the Kai Castle. You know,
Okay, okay.
it's still
Then they
legit
gave
compared
me
to lower mid tier cigar.
yeah, they gave me two JC Newman Perla Del Mar. It's a real big, huge box press Corojo. I'm curious about that one though.
The Corojo's
am-
their best blend, believe it or not, and
okay, good,
I think you will enjoy it. It's not bad.
good.
It's not going to blow your mind, but you could get that like a Toro or a Gordo box press for like $7, which is reasonable considering it's not a garbage cigar. I'd say it's like not a mid tier cigar. It's not a low mid tier. It's like somewhere in between. So, but it's priced at low mid tier. So when you could get Robustos on my shop for $5.99 in box
Yeah,
press, and it doesn't look that bad, you're like, it's kind of like right in that area of like the Macanudo Inspirados. Like it's like, all right, like it's not like the top shelf Macanudo, but when you get it for $7 and it's good flavor, but you're not gonna lie to yourself and say it's even a high mid tier, but you get what I'm saying. It feels like a good value. You know,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's like a woman not watching the clock, but she's not the hottest girl, but she's like, whatever.
yeah,
That was just a joke right there.
yeah. Um, did
Yeah, way over your head.
did What was I going to say to you? Oh, did you see what I said in the chat the other day? I went to the shop and I was going to buy a Cohiba Red Dot. Did you see what I had wrote about that?
Which part?
You don't remember that?
Which part? I'm confused. When was in
Oh,
the chat?
no. I was just saying that I went to the shop and I just picked up a few like handful of cigars or whatever. It was a small shop near me, and it's been a while since I've had a Cohiba Red Dot, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna grab one and pick it up.
I
They were in
might
the
maybe
tube.
did I not realize seeing that because sometimes with the chat I'm not always up to date. Yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes I don't see it. What happened?
So I knew they had them. I go over there, and of course they're expensive. And I was like, I know I can get them cheaper on Cebit or whatever. I probably should just do that if I want to try more. But I figured, I might pick one up in the tube. Being the guy that I am, I opened the tube up to look at them. I mean, they wanted like 25, 27 bucks for the cigar, so I'm gonna look at it. I pull it out. It's got fucking hairy, pimply looking mold all over it. I'm like,
Honestly, tubes, and this is not going to be General Cigar or Cohiba's fault. When you have metal tubes in lounges that are way too moist, I'm telling you, man, there's a higher chance of mold. You got to inspect the
yeah,
shit. I don't mind a
yeah, for
glass
sure.
tube, but metal tubes, you know what I'm saying? Though, bad
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. Well, and I know they run higher because I mean, and you're right. Most shops are pretty high on the humidity, I would say, or at
That's
least
a
a
good
little.
point to bring up. That you really need to be careful of metal tube cigars.
Yeah,
And how long it's been there, and I guarantee it's gonna be way too moist. Like you can't just go buy a metal tube cigar, pull it out now, unless they just got it in that week. But if it's been there for a while, you know what I'm saying? Though,
yeah, yep.
that's a good point.
So so I put that first one away, looked at the other one, same fucking thing. So I'm like, I'm not buying those. So I picked up a few like my father's or something. Went to the counter, I know the guy. I'm in there quite a bit, and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know. I told him what I found, and then he proceeded to educate me. He actually told me, oh, all cigars and tubes have mold. I'm like, since when?
Right.
Then he proceeded to try to educate me on plume versus mold. And I didn't even want to argue with him. He's an older guy. I was like, I just kind of, whatever,
Well,
man. But
he's trying to argue selling your cigar, and like, well, here's the thing: if all the cigars had it, but it's like, come on, bro.
yeah, yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, he's telling me about plume, and he said you only have to worry if it kind of looks like a pimple and it's hairy and looks like mold. I said, yeah, that's what's on those cigars. you know, I'm like, what you're talking about. I kind of know what he's talking about. I think he's more referring to or thinking of like, if you get a really dark cigar that's really oily, sometimes, if you let it age, it almost looks like salt or somebody sprinkled. You know what I mean?
Like
Have you?
crystallization, almost a little.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a hairy patch of mold. You
Yeah.
know, that's different.
Right. So you're not saying that there's no such thing as plume, but you're saying also
I
people might
think
be
there
buying.
is such thing as yeah. I think there is sure there is a such thing as plume, but a lot of people mistake mold
Well,
for
they're gonna
plume.
call a plume at a lounge to benefit, so they can still sell a cigar.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he went in there and just wiped them off and put them back in the tubes. And
Dude,
meanwhile, they're charging $27, I think, for the Toro.
wow, wow. And was it expensive for my father?
No, I paid $9. I got two. I got a Flor de las Antilles or Antillas, and then the sun grown in Maduro. I just
I
picked up a
gotta admit
couple.
though, because I'm a huge Cohiba fan on the general side, but I will say this: the issue with me is not their construction, not their blending. I love their blending. There's some real. Each one is they're refreshing because if you have any of any of the Cohibas compared to what's out there, whether you love it or not, you could say, well, they're unique to the brand and they're not trying to be someone else. I respect that. I don't respect their price point. This is what I mean. How do you sell a red dot on CBID, even in the box, for $5 a stick, and then at the store for 25? Why can't they
Yeah,
meet in the middle? These are good quality cigars, and say, you know what? They're 13.99 everywhere at a lounge. And I think people that still buy them at a lounge as opposed to going on the internet and then support their local store. Do you know what I'm saying though?
yeah.
If there's
Hmm.
no difference in lounge or internet, you'd rather buy it at a lounge, maybe a box and support the guy. But at this point, like it's so one way, like over here, and then it's like I'll tell you right now, I will never buy a Cohiba at as much as I love them, I will never buy a Cohiba at a lounge at full price because I'll buy a box for like I'll get a box of, let's say, Cohiba Red Dots. I don't know, let's just say $120. You get what, 25 cigars or something. It doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you were kind of saying that sometimes on Seabed the cigars seem like they're lower quality, maybe, or
if they're
maybe they didn't
Lucy's,
quite make the cut, if you will.
Lucy's,
Okay.
absolutely. If it's a Lucy
Yeah.
or a 5 pack, I've seen it happen, especially in 5 packs of Lucy's. I've seen cigars with patches on them. I've had damaged cigars. I'm not saying a lot they didn't taste the same. They did, but it just seemed like, all right, well, if you're a brand and your best shit's going in the boxes, now maybe there's leftovers that just they didn't have enough orders, so they have boxes left over, and maybe how about this? Maybe Seabed's getting the boxes at a discount because they're left overstock, and then instead of selling them as a box, just like a drug dealer, they chop it up, sell them in 5 packs, sell them in Lucy's, you know, because maybe instead of selling them for $4 a stick in a box, $6 a stick on a Lucy, and you know maybe people don't want to buy a whole box, so maybe they're making more money chopping them up. But I'm telling you, on the Lucy side, I've seen more problems or uglier cigars. You know. Um,
Yeah, but for that price, though,
oh no, I
I
don't care
wouldn't
either.
try.
I'd rather pay the lower price too, though.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
saying. Just expect maybe some cosmetic flaws. That's all.
Have they always tasted good though? I mean, like they should, like you would expect. This just the
Yeah, I would
cosmetic
say
issues.
worst case, maybe some hollowing in the middle, like it's a bad construction. You know what I'm saying though? So
Hmm.
you get a real big soft spot in the center or something like that, which
I got
normally
you.
doesn't happen if I buy Cohibas in the box or at a store. Like I'm never gonna get like, oh, there's a big soft dent which could really screw up a whole cigar, like the draw and everything. Almost like air could come through it, you know. So
Hmm.
um, we'll put it this way: if you could get if you could get Fuente Opus X on Cbid for even say $12 a stick, but they're gonna tell you these weren't the box worthy. There's a little edgy, some cosmetic shit. Maybe the burn will be perfect. Maybe a chance of a dud. But would you take the chance?
I'd buy them all day long. Yeah, fuck
And that's
yeah,
what I'm saying though. So as much as I'm mad at Cohiba for dumping their shit on CBid because now I'll never buy
yeah,
it full price, I just wish they'd have some kind of middle ground of where the price should be. Because the red dot's not a $25 cigar. But I'd pay $13 for it at a lounge. But
yeah,
25, no. You know.
yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I definitely have smoked a lot of them in the past. It's just been a while since I've smoked one, and I enjoyed them. They were good. I smoked a lot of them in when I was younger, when they had the older band on them
Yeah.
before they changed them to the red one.
Yeah.
I like the older band better, I think.
I the new one
It
it
just
got me
said
for a little bit.
Cohiba, and it just had a red dot, like in the O or whatever.
It was simple. This is why
Yeah,
they had to do that though, because that was back when they had the Cohiba Red Dot and the black. That was it. They started making a lot of blends, and then they had the blue, and then they had the white. And the white was like the first one they had to go with. They went with the bigger one, and then they're like, well, if we're doing the big one with this, do it to the red, do it to the black, and make it uniform. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Though, so because they couldn't do a Cohiba white label because if you think about it, they
yeah,
already had the Cohiba Dominican Puro, and that was a white box.
yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, you ever had
Well,
the Cohiba.
and then too, like you're gonna have people, like you're gonna be trying to look at the cigar. If they had kept that label, you have to be like look at the color of the dot inside the O or something, to figure out what the hell it was. I don't
You
know,
know,
but
I can understand why they did it though for uniform branding. I can respect that, but I
yeah,
also will agree with you. I like the older style better.
yeah,
Maybe if they just would have kept that one for a red dot, but 6 of one, half of the other. At least the blends are the same. But I'll agree with you. The new ones, pretty much they copied the. If the general side Cohiba was to try to say we're an individual brand and we have nothing to do with the Cuban side, it was a bad play to copy the Cuban bands. If you look at a Cuban Cohiba, right? It says Cohiba on the bottom and top. If you look at a general Cohiba brand now and a Cuban, and the setup is very similar. Does that make any sense? Like like a big
um,
band, metallic line on top and bottom. With the
oh, like
hologram.
yeah, just like the thick band. Yeah, I know what you mean.
No, but with the hologram, because Cohiba's doing the same thing. Even though there's no hologram, it's like silverish. So literally,
Yeah. Yeah, no, the edges do have the newer Cohibas. They've redone them, like you're saying. They have the hologram. It is. If you look at them in the light, they do have little tiny holograms on them.
okay, so they
Um,
copied the Cuban side, which I think
so I've been told
pissed them. Yeah, yeah. So
in a
it's
movie. I've never actually seen one. It was in a movie.
is it? Hey, Gio came in. Hey, Gio, how's your balls? We got Joshua here, Joshua Jackaway. How's your balls too? How's everyone's? I just go through the list. Victorious. How's your balls? You see somebody walking by my car. He's like, he's just asking all these guys how their balls. Oh, he must be a doctor.
They're gonna call security on you. Like, there's a man on the roof asking everybody how their balls are.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this cigar, it doesn't suck, and the as opposed to the other Esteban Carreras I had, which scared me. The Esteban Chupacabra was like it'd be like if you made a pot of coffee with 10 times the amount of coffee, and just imagine how dark that coffee would be.
Mm.
So the Chupacabra was like such a scary dark cigar that made no sense. I didn't even bro that Chupacabra I did not like. The one I got was so strong and dark that it was just like putting your head like in a black hole. You're like, this is
Mhm.
completely devoid of anything. I want not. It's like I want nothing to do with this. It's like you're like,
Yeah,
no, I'm out. This one though,
yeah,
it's very mild.
okay.
I mean, like a gentle medium, but the flavor, I can't even place it. The whole profile is, I want to use the word bizarre. And you know, when you get into like botanicals or like very, very strange spices, like I can't place this shit. I literally can't
Mm.
place it. This cigar is stumping me, so I'm not even gonna try to describe the cigar. I'll probably end up chucking it. And not saying it's bad per se. I don't like the blend. It doesn't feel like
Yeah,
a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, which normally you get a
yeah,
lot of spice, you know. And I got a
yeah.
good old classic backup Padron 3000 Maduro.
Yeah, I love it. We've talked before. I'll say I love the 3000 series. I know. You. I won't say
My
you shit
issues
on them,
with
but
it was
we
this.
agree that it's a younger, dirtier tobacco. It's a dirtier smoke, right? I mean,
Yeah,
but if that's what you want,
right.
y-
If you want to, okay, I agree with you. If
yeah,
you're going into it, if you know up front, my problem with it is if you don't know anything about Padron and you're like, oh, I love Padron. I hear such a great luxury brand. Oh, look at
right,
these ones; they're so cheap. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
if you only smoked the 26, and then I gave you a 1000 series, that's a dick move. If I didn't give you a heads up, because you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Is this? That's all I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Though,
yeah.
you know,
I
but
mean, I mean, the 1000 series, it still has the core Padron flavor to it, but it's not as magical or beautiful as a 64 or 26. You know
I'll
what I
give you
mean?
an example. You know how a guy at a pizzeria and you get there and he's like, "Yeah, give him about 5 minutes. Your pizza's not done yet, so it's still in the oven, right? The pizza's not ready, right? Once the pizza comes out and the guy cuts it for you, puts it in the box. Let's say that's your Padron 26. Instead, if you climbed in the oven and put your head in there and ate the pizza in the oven, that's the 2000 series. It's younger. It
Yeah,
wasn't ready. It was. It was.
yeah,
It was still in the oven. So that's all I'm saying.
yeah,
So like it's kind of like the tobacco's on the younger side,
yeah.
uh, a little too much. But for me, like
Yeah,
it feels a little like what's the word I'm looking for? Um, like coarse, like rough. But
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a garbage cigar, but it
No,
feels like if
no.
you. But once again, if you're in that mood, I can totally get that. Sometimes
I think you're gonna
I always
enjoy it. You'll
sometimes
enjoy it. I
I always
think
said
you'll
I
enjoy it.
come back to it. I come back to it when I'm in that mood. When I'm in that mood to get
Hmm.
punched in the face, I think it's a great transitional cigar for the second stick. Let's say you had something and you're like, all right, it's like an ejection pack. Like, just get me out of here. That Padron 1000 is like, you won't remember that last cigar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah.
Like it just comes in and just like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's like a good
Yep.
finisher, you know?
Yeah. I just smoked through I mean, not too long ago, I smoked through a box of the 3000 naturals. Um, yeah, I enjoyed them.
So
When
that's
you
the same
want that,
size. This 3000, 3000 is the Toro size. I'm fucked up with this.
correct.
1000's what? It's not a Robusto, is it? What is 1000 is like real skinny.
It,
It's real
like the
skinny.
little petite, like the little guy, maybe. I
I'd
don't know.
almost say 1000 looks like a Corona that's box press, which looks smaller.
Yeah, but it's small though. Yeah, because 2000s are the Robusto, 3000s the Toro,
Right.
and then I don't know what are they make 4, 5, 6, and 7 too. I think I don't know.
Like, yo, the Padron 1 million, motherfucker. It's like 10 by
Yeah,
50, 500. You
there's
guys
pro-
just.
Yeah, there's probably like a double Robusto in there too somewhere. I don't know, but Churchill and shit. But I don't know. Toro is a good size for me. I like Toros. I like Robustos too. I mean, but you
You
know,
want to know, like, I'd rather have Robusto for reviewing, but for hanging out with the guys, I'll go with Toro to get more time.
mm,
You know what I'm saying, though?
yep,
But if
yep,
I'm doing two cigars, I don't want two Toros. I'd rather have two Robustos just to cut the time down in one night. So it depends.
yeah,
Yeah, if two Robustos or one Toro, but even then, two Robustos is still a lot longer. But that's all I'm saying. It
yeah,
depends on how much time to hang out with. But there's nothing
yeah,
worse than smoking a Robusto and you wish you had another half hour. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, exactly. Sako was asking. I think you asked about the Sako. You said something I seen earlier. I can't get the chat to come back up there. Oh, there it is.
He said, "How's the Lost City?"
Oh, it's good. I was going to talk about it a little bit. I don't know, Rich. I know you've smoked it before, right?
Yes, but I don't think I reviewed it. I love anything Fuente in the higher end. The Lost City, I remember being well. I smoked it with Johnny Stash, hanging out, in his truck.
Mhm.
But as far as an official review, I cannot recall. Um, I remember enjoying it highly. Um,
Yeah,
but
I'm
fuck,
very much enjoying it right now. It's getting
I'd
into
have
the
to
second,
smoke it
third.
again recently because after your Gurkha box, I have such a knowledge now of doing all those opuses in a row and Don
Mhm.
Carlos. My palate and my mental, I have all those organized in my mind. I'm pretty good now with the opus as far as where things are. So I would, if I could find that now and then see where it hits. Do you think it's probably not as strong as the regular opus, is it?
I think strength level's about the same for me anyway, but I think the darkness is different.
What
This
about
is
the spice?
darker. Early on, I was getting a lot more pepper and earth, I think, than I normally get from an opus. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I just think the Lost City is it's a darker opus, but I mean not. hmm, I don't know. It's
You got to factor in that size. That's a fucking big stick though. If that was in a skinnier
yeah,
size, it
yeah,
would be more intense, right? You know what I'm saying though.
yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't make these in a Corona. I think the smallest you're gonna get is a Robusto, and I've had them. I've had the Robusto as well. I actually like the Toro better. Actually, I think because of the skinnier ring gauge, it is longer, but especially as you like right now, I'm getting into it. It's probably the size of what a Robusto would be right now, lengthwise, but
yeah.
that skinnier ring gauge. Um, yeah,
And that's a factor. So let's just say after if you had a Robusto and a Toro in the same gauge, in theory, after 1 inch, you could say, well, now it's a Robusto. So what's really the difference? Well, also the difference, though, that 1 inch difference plays throughout the whole time, though, because that'd be like if you start that Robusto, but you already had 1 inch of, well, sounding a little 451, but still, let's say you already had 15, 20 minutes of smoking, of nicotine intake, of draw, and everything else. So now that 1 inch
yeah,
is affecting the five on. Does that make any sense? So,
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah, so it will affect the overall
yeah,
nicotine by the end, but it also affects the buildup. Sometimes I believe the Toro in the same length even gets a little weaker, but it gives you more of a buildup depending on what you want to do.
exactly.
But if you go
Yeah, I
by
mean,
6 by 54 versus 5 by 50, that's a massive difference.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, Sako, I'm enjoying it. It's very rich. I think is a good way to describe it. It's richer than the normal opus, if that makes any sense. Like
So if
I'm
you're
getting a
a little more
very
sophisticated,
rich. I'm getting, like you get that wood note a lot with Fuente, and I'm getting that.
yeah.
But
I
really
get it's like
rich.
a charred barbecue. No, to me, it's not like basic cedar.
It
It's a
is.
really
I'm
it's
getting
like
that.
campfire, and I'm eating caramel and like graham crackers. Like, dude, that Opus level stuff, or with the high end Don Carlos, is like really nobody else is doing that on the consistent level. Like, you just
hmm
want to bite your tongue and like just like you know.
Yeah, I mean it's creamy, it's silky, I mean, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, all opus are amazing, but that's one thing I was going to mention though. Like Notorious, I know you're on, and I know you bought some of these, and I think you're enjoying them at least as far as I'm aware. I haven't heard you say much about them, but I'm curious to know what you think about them. And I want to mention, I'm curious to if you can get your hands on a regular Opus X, or maybe a guy that could send you
Yeah.
one if you really want one.
But
right?
I would say he
And
would need the regular Opus X at least in two different sizes because you'd want to try it in the smallest one in Corona and then the larger one too. Because in that smaller Corona Opus X, you really could see the potential of how strong that could be. You know what I'm saying? Though,
yeah,
like that, even though it's small, the regular Opus X, I'm talking about with the Corona size. The what is that
yeah.
like 5 by like what 44 or 46?
46, I think. Yeah,
With that one,
but
bro, around.
I think these are. But see, yeah, Notorious. What I was gonna say, I want you to try a regular Opus because I think the Lost City versus the regular line, I think there is a pretty big difference there as far as
I,
flavor profile.
you change anything, it's going to change up. And like when I did the Don Carlos, and then when they went to the different wrapper, it totally changed it. And I'm not saying that wasn't bad at all, but what was it, with the God of Fire one, but it had the a battle
Yeah,
wrapper. It changed everything. And so,
yeah.
it's still Opus X filler and binder, right? It is, right?
No, it's Don Carlos filler and
No, no, I'm
binder.
talking about just spoken.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just the wrapper. They grow it in the off season. They started doing that. They did it for the Lost City movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, they grow the wrapper in the off season, and I guess the different weather and environment changes it up a little bit.
Hmm. I'm gonna say this cigar I don't like. I have
Yeah,
nothing good to say about it. It's
yeah.
not.
Toss it out and get you do your Padron.
Well, I'm only doing it to kill a little time because
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No, because we're gonna have soccer
that
on.
Padron is gonna burn quick.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I mean, it's still a Toros, but I'm gonna be here till about 10 o'clock. You know, what I'm saying, give or take. So that's. I sound
Mhm.
like a comedian. I'm here all night, 10 o'clock, two shows.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I feel
yeah,
like I
but I
haven't
like
seen you in
the.
about a week. How you been?
You said how have I been? I've been good. Like I said, I've been working a lot of lot of stuff going on with work. Just busy. Yeah. Hanging out with the family. I mean, just normal stuff. Nothing too crazy.
Mm. Did you smoke anything else recently?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yesterday I smoked. Was it yesterday? I had the Aganorsa leaf. Oh no, yesterday I smoked a Flor de las Antillas, just the sun grown, the normal one. I got that for like $9 or something in Toro size, so I thought that was a pretty good price from my father. And I'm really
But that
really
doesn't
loving that.
compare to the 40th, right? I mean, the 10th anniversary doesn't compare, right?
No, that's I mean, yeah, I mean that's what it is the 10th anniversary cigar of that line, but yeah, the 10th anniversary is phenomenal. But I still really love the normal,
No, no,
and
of course, that's a good cigar, but I mean, it better not be the same
yeah.
for 4 times the
No,
price.
no, no, no. It's the wrapper I know is a higher priming, and I believe I read that the filler tobacco and maybe the binder as well comes from the Garcia farm. So I don't know where it normally comes from
But how much more
in the
time of
normal
age
one.
has it got on it?
I don't know, and I don't remember if the article. I think I was looking on Half Wheel, so I'd have to look that up again.
Hmm.
I did order a box of those. Well, I mentioned that earlier. We were talking about that.
I gotta try it out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be.
I couldn't pass it up. They only made 5,000 boxes, and it was a little pricey.
You know
But
what I might do
you
when
know,
I go to New York? I'll be in New York in 3 weeks. See my kid. So maybe I know New York's gonna have it. So
yeah, dude, I'll tell you this: for 40 bucks, it is. I mean, because that's probably what you're going to pay. You might pay more in New York. I don't know, but it's $40 when I got it, and I think it's hard to say that a cigar is worth $40, but I'll just tell you this: it's damn good. I think you'll enjoy it.
well, the Garcia
It's
Garcia paid 32 or something, 35 with tax.
mhm.
It was an amazing cigar. I would have liked to pay like 25, but it is what it is. It's like because it's like when you get above like $20, like well, what is what worth? It depends. Like if you loved it and you're willing to pay the price, and that's the price, and
Yeah.
because I don't have a. I think though, here's the thing though too, with the Garcia and that 10th anniversary one, even though the great sticks, come on, if you look at it, the coffins and that box is part of the price too. Though I would like to
Exactly.
I'll take that
Yep.
shit in a bundle pack for $18. I'll take
Yeah.
it in plastic Ziploc bags for $18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
how much they
Exactly.
charge you for that presentation? It has to be a pretty
Yeah.
penny.
Oh yeah, the presentation is beautiful. That box is a really big box. I mean, I know the picture I sent probably didn't do it justice, but
Yeah.
it's I mean it's huge. I had to basically clear out a whole bottom shelf in my humidor for it because I mean it wouldn't fit anywhere. You can't fit it with other like I wanted to keep it in the box because it's got all the coffins and stuff in them. So
So you're gonna
yeah,
keep the collector?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep the box for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So being that how nice that presentation is, I can understand 40. So you
Yeah,
know,
it's beautiful, but you're right. I think the price point on that cigar is because of the presentation. Well, the
I'm not saying
tobacco
it's
and
not
the
a great cigar. All I'm saying is minus
right,
that.
right, right, right,
If it was in
right,
a regular box, what are we talking
right.
about now? $20? $20, I think
Yeah,
I'd buy that all day. You know.
yeah. You're paying for the better tobacco. You're paying for the the what do I want to say, the rarity of it because they only made 5,000 boxes, and you're paying for all the presentation.
How was the
That's where the price is.
construction? Was nice.
Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I had 0 problems with it. I really, really enjoyed
But
it.
like holding in the hand when when you're holding a real high end stick like that, if so, they feel like kind of like an opus, like when you're holding it. You know.
What, my father?
Yeah, like was like when you looked at it, you're like,
Mm,
okay. So it didn't feel, and nothing felt like suspect or bullshit. Like you had
no,
you had no regret.
no, 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 yeah. I mean, you could tell it was of high quality, it was good shit all the way.
And then
Yeah.
I guess you're a good judge on that because you smoke a lot of good shit with the opuses. So, it was not like you bought it and you're like, oh man, this is a gimmick. So
Yeah,
I
no.
respect
Hey,
though.
I smoked one and went out and bought a box, though.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
I re- I respect that. I respect that. Yeah.
but, and like I said, I hope maybe they'll make them again. Maybe they'll continue to make them on a limited basis. Maybe a limited release every year. If they don't do all that presentation, maybe they can bring the price down or something.
But maybe that presentation, maybe they just want to get to that tier. You know what I'm saying? No, maybe by doing so limited, they went all out. And that's the deal. I don't
Yeah,
know. You know, but you haven't had the Garcia.
that's the thing. I have not, and I've never seen it. None of my lounges have it, so I'm probably gonna have to order it online. Is it just one blend, the Garcia and Garcia, or is it
One size, one blend.
okay?
Um, I think you have to be a high end. What I mean is like you have to sell a lot of my father to get that. So out here, I only see it like chains because those chains sell a lot of my father. So so they get them only because they sell a lot of my father. You know what I'm saying? No, so you know. Oh, it's two
Yeah,
sizes. I've only seen it in one. So yeah, if it is in another size,
okay.
it's what size, Notorious?
Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I'll probably have to order it online, like I said. Because yeah, I'm curious to try. Is it a heavy? Is it like a Maduro? Is it what type of blend is it?
I don't want to say blend because I only had it one time. It feels more of opus because what I mean is it feels magical. It doesn't feel like a Padron 6426 where, great cigars, but those are grounded, strong, powerful, tangible, earthy, tons of spice. Like, rah, rah. This was just like,
Yeah.
like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? No, and I never got that with my father. My fathers are always
Okay.
pungent, you know what I'm saying? No, and dark,
Exactly.
granular,
Yeah. Most of them,
you know what I'm
except
saying?
well, the Flor de las Antillas. That's not like that, right? That's more of a medium. I would say medium to full, maybe, but it's not pungent
Which
like
one
the Bijou or
the 10th or
huh?
something? You talking about the regular one or the expensive one?
Just both, really. I mean, the
No,
regular
the
and the
regular
tenth.
one is not an asking. No, the regular one is not as strong as a Bijou or a
Yeah.
Promessa. No.
And the tenth is not either. It's not. It's definitely holds true to I think the original line and the original cigar, but it's just amped up a little bit if that makes sense. And obviously it's better.
I'll end up reviewing it. It's on my radar. We'll see what happens.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens.
What did you think of the Lost City when you smoked it? Do you remember? I mean, I know you like Opus, obviously, but
Yeah, but when I smoked that, I wasn't like having opus all the time, so I couldn't even put it in a proper category. I think the last time I had it, I'm no joke. I think the last time I had it 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and I was in Johnny Stash's truck, and we were smoking in
Okay.
his truck, like watching conspiracy videos. So I was just chill. You know what I'm saying? I was just fucking,
Yeah.
I wasn't like paying attention to the cigar like I am now.
You guys were bullshitting and having a good time, and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Watching about aliens and reptilians and Illuminati. We're watching movies. And like on YouTube. So I wasn't. And plus, when you're in a truck with two guys smoking a cigar, it's like just you're getting baked out with so much smoke.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can imagine. Yep.
Because if we're in his truck, it's because it's not, in the summertime. So like that means it's cold out, so we don't have windows all the way open.
Yeah.
I probably smoked a couple hundred cigars in Johnny Stash's Chevy pickup truck, and with the heat on and just in his backyard, because we couldn't smoke in his house, and he has a nice property on the deck, but
Hmm.
yeah, we smoke on the deck at 28 degrees. That's not fun.
Yeah, yeah. No. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for winter to be over. I want
I'm
some
sick of
good.
it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I want some good smoking weather.
Madness. By now, I am so sick of winter. It's almost done, and I feel like we're gonna get the last licks. Maybe not that we're gonna get snow right now, but that cloudiness, that the dark
Yeah,
gray, and the cold. I think
yeah,
one more week, and we'll start getting to the 60s here on a regular
yeah,
basis. So I hope so. Hopefully it's done. Normally by St. Patty's
yeah,
Day, winter starts taking it easy.
yeah, yeah. We've had a few kick in the nuts here lately with the ice storm and the. Then we just had some real heavy shit and it fucked with the power. DT is our power company. They've been horrible. I mean, I know it's hard with shit like that, but it's just yeah, it's been real
You
bad
hear about
lately.
the train crash, dude? Yesterday was another train crash, and today was
Another yeah. I was
dude.
just telling my wife earlier. I looked at my wife and said, "What is up with all these fucking train crashes
Oh,
lately?"
bro, if it's not complete, I think let's just say like a group like Antifa, like sabotaging lines so the people crash. Like internal, like what I'm saying though, because like say, 20 years ago, 9/11, they're like, oh, it's these Muslim extremists. Well, if that was the case, still, why'd they stop? So
Yeah,
it's either
something
to me, it has to be sabotage because
something doesn't make sense. Yeah, something doesn't make sense because it's like out of nowhere. Like, okay, it's like what the fuck? Like, a train is on a track. It's not like the
you know
train is taking it.
the trains don't just crash on tracks. What the fuck is going on?
Right, right.
What's going
Yeah,
on? On
yeah,
top of that, it's never passenger trains. Know why? You'd have too many fucking witnesses. It's always trains carrying like 4 million gallons of Clorox bleach. What could go wrong? You know what I'm saying? No, it's like, you know,
yeah.
it's never a
If
train.
I if I if I lived in that town where in Ohio where that train crashed, I'd be fucking out. I'd already moved. Like I wouldn't stay there.
Ohio over there by that river is done, but you're never going to see a train crash carrying 4 million pocket pussies or something like that. Like, no, it's going to be, a 4,000 DVD dolls. You know what I'm saying? No, never. That's a crash.
They're carrying a shipment for the rent a doll company. It's just a train car full of fucking dolls.
Yeah, yeah, but the ones going back for sanitization, like, no, these ones are dirty. Oh
Yeah,
no,
exactly. The media's like, none of these have been washed.
he's like, we hold our dolls to the highest standard. You know, dude. Yeah,
Mm.
dude. You're never gonna see that. It's always then the one today in West Virginia. It crashed and it dumped like I don't know how many gallons of oil into a river. Like we're
Oh, for fuck's
literally
sake.
like I'm not like a hug a tree kind of guy, save the planet because you got to live. But at the same time, I
No, but that's fucking horrible.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't throw garbage on the street. I don't,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna litter. I'm not gonna dump chemicals into the waterways. So you get what I'm saying? Like that's just ridiculous. Like
yeah,
literally a whole train full of oil somehow crashes into a river. How? 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 And then
yeah.
yesterday, they're lying to us. Yesterday, another train crashed and it killed the conductor. And they said there was a truck on the track. What if people are purposely sabotaging and leaving vehicles on tracks, and they don't want to admit and get everyone scared that this is happening, or to give people ideas? You know what I'm saying, though?
What was a truck just sitting on the track for? Like what?
Well, what other excuse could be? I don't, they said a truck hit a train. How? How? And the conductor died in front of the train. So obviously
Yeah,
the train wasn't there yet. So the only excuse is the truck is on the track, right? There's no other possibility.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
Dude, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It,
Not to
I
not to change the I was gonna say not to change the subject, Rich, but I want to tell you before I forget because it just popped into my head. I don't know why, but you had me laughing. I was laughing my ass off at the last. Well, it was last night's live. I missed the beginning when you were fucking doing your hair and shit. You had me rolling. That was fucking hilarious.
I was in a rare moment, man. I embraced it because as I look at myself, I'm like, I don't have my classic mob style hair right now, and so each episode
Yeah,
is different. Each episode is gonna have something going on. I don't know what it is.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just a guy in a
yeah,
Toyota. That's all I am. You know.
yeah. That shit was funny though. Yeah, one of these nights when I'm on, I don't know. Maybe once as I keep buying some more cigars, I'll have to give you guys the humidor tour. I've changed some shit around, so I'll have to do that again.
Nice. Yeah. So you saying it's grown a lot?
No, not grown a lot, but some. But I know some people didn't get to see it too. I guess if people want to see it, I'm not trying to I'm not
No.
trying to like Socko flex here. I
People want
mean,
to see
I,
the life.
I have a nice humidor, but it's not.
No, dude. I think we should have like because it's been probably 6 months. We need to have like a semi-annual humidor.
Yeah,
Like
we could do that.
like an inspection. You let me know what night you want to do it.
An inspection.
Yeah.
Open that box, motherfucker.
Exactly. 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 Yeah, bro. I mean, now here's the thing with the prices of like those high-end my fathers. Do you think there's a chance of people making fakes?
Hmm. I don't know. I mean,
How about this?
the boxes are serial
No,
numbered.
exactly. How about this? Your store and you sell the boxes and you refill them with the regular Florida Antilles.
Oh, you couldn't because the regular, at least the Toro has a soft box press. The 10th anniversary are Parejo. They are round.
No, I'm agree with you because you know what it is, but most people don't know what it is.
Mm,
If I'm a scumbag store salesman, I'm thinking people aren't gonna know. Just like that guy's like, yeah, the mold is good.
yeah, but I mean, it'd be real fishy because all the seals on the coffins would be broken.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would. I mean, I wouldn't fucking buy
So
that.
some guy's like, yeah, this one doesn't come in a coffin. You'd be like,
No way. Yeah, no way. And there's no way you could not include them because the box is just so fucking massive. You like the cigars would roll around in there; they wouldn't fit in there without the coffins.
yeah. I'm confused. What's going on right now? Uh, hold on. James said, I'm checking in. I had to clean up shit on the sidewalk for the second time in 2 weeks because he lives in LA. That's exciting.
I had to clean up human poop. Oh,
Yeah, that's gross. Yeah.
that's too bad, man.
And
Society is crumbling.
I'm confused. Somebody, Notorious is just talking about Jimmy's, and then Notorious asked him, "How's your balls?" And then Curtis said, "I met a dude." He said, "I met a dude with the old snip snip. He wanted me to. He wanted me to. He wanted me not to participate." I'm confused. Wait, I'm confused. Curtis, you saying you met a 451 that wanted you to hang out? I'm confused. I almost don't want to know about the story, but I want
Yeah,
to
what
know.
the fuck is going on in the chat? You guys are all over the place.
Dude, we talked
Are
about
we
my
boring you? Am I boring? I'll fucking leave. I'll go
poor
fuck
Jeremy.
myself.
Poor Jeremy's
I'll go
like,
fuck
if you
myself.
want, I'll show you my collection. And he's like, show us the fucking dick. Like,
Fuck you. I'm not showing you guys the collection anymore. No, we're done.
hey, you got feelings too, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll show Rich. He's the only one that's participating in this conversation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too with the lives. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you guys, obviously, if you don't know that.
He warned him not to get no shit. So if a guy is running around without a penis and he tells you should keep your penis, you should keep your penis. Fact.
Um, yeah, that is a fact, but I'll say I don't need I don't need a guy with no penis to tell me to keep my penis.
Oh,
That
I didn't know. I was
I'm
gonna.
good.
He's like a life coach. He's like, let me tell you something. One day you're gonna be depressed, and you're gonna see all these girls over here getting free drinks, and you're gonna say, if I was a princess, I'll get free drinks too. All I gotta do is get rid of my sausage. Then you're gonna be sitting here, and it's not worth the free drinks. Plus, nobody wants to bang you now, right? I've
Yeah,
seen a lot of people complaining, saying, I became a woman and nobody wants to fuck me. Well, yeah,
right.
lesbians don't want a guy. That's a girl. They don't. I promise you that. On top of that, guys don't want a guy. That's a girl. Right? Let's just be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
how about this?
I
Would
would
you
say
take
a heterosexual man is never going to want, I mean, at least I wouldn't think so. Is probably, I mean,
no,
case
no,
for
it's not
me for
possible
sure.
because he couldn't be heterosexual if he wanted that.
Yeah, that's
Period.
true. Yeah,
He'd have to be bisexual, which is well not, a whole nother topic. You know, and yeah, I don't, whatever. He said, wait, the toasted nut tubes. I'm confused. What are you talking about? Oh, he meant getting his tubes tied, snipped.
mm,
Oh, now I understand. I th-
mm,
I th- I'm like, what kind of people are you meeting, man?
mm.
It is what it is. I'm gonna get rid of this cigar. It was a waste of time. So I do not recommend the Ten Años. It wasn't harsh or anything, but it was just a total blah. Ah. So I'm not even gonna finish it. It's gonna get thrown right on the floor.
James asked how the homeless situation in Detroit is. James, honestly, downtown Detroit has really, I'm not going to say it's the Detroit of the past, before the riots and all that shit that happened, but downtown Detroit is actually very nice these days. They've done a lot to clean it up. Downtown, now, if you go to the outskirts of Detroit, but I feel like that's the same with every major city, or at least a lot of them. If you go to the outskirts of Detroit, yeah, a lot of bad abandoned houses, abandoned buildings, gangs, all that shit that goes along with it, in that area. But yeah, the city of Detroit itself, not too bad. Homeless, I mean, like any city, I think if you're walking around, of course you're going to see panhandlers, you're going to see, guys here and there. But I'll tell you this,
But
it's
that's a
not
bad
like San
homeless.
Francisco.
That's cold.
What's that?
That's a bad place to be homeless because it's cold.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. There's not, at least from what I've seen, there's not a lot of. I wouldn't say there's an abundance of at least visibly homeless people like all over the city or anything. Like San Francisco, I went to San Francisco one time and I was just amazed at the amount of homeless people. I mean, they were like lined up like on every building corner,
Yeah.
like every side of every building, there's just homeless people everywhere. And I couldn't believe it. It was that there were that many. Detroit is not like that at all. I mean, there certainly are, but nothing like that.
No, San Francisco, California takes the cake. But Denver has a good amount of homeless, but still it's not in the same. You know what I'm saying though?
Firm, you made me spit my smoke out. That was fun. Taking a draw and I just see human poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'd have to move if I was dealing with that, if I had the means to, I think. Yeah, I'm in Michigan. I'm I guess I'd say the town I live in is kind of in the country, but I'm not far from say like Ann Arbor. I can get to Detroit in like, probably 45 minutes.
He said, "What is in your cigars tonight?" I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that he said he. That's funny. Uncle Larry, what's up, Uncle Larry?
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, I agree, Larry. It's downtown is pretty nice. At least I go downtown for events and stuff, and sometimes hang out and do things. But they do like river walks and shit down there. It's pretty nice.
Notori Morimoto's still talking about shit. He said I walk out. He said I walk out my front door and there's a huge pile on the sidewalk in front of my house. 2 times dude,
Oh,
you got to move because here's the thing. What if that guy starts throwing the poop at your house, like on the door? You know what I'm saying? Though, what if that guy rubs the poop
yeah.
on the door handle?
That might be worse than like what you were dealing with at your old place with the squatters, if you will.
Oh
I
yeah,
think human feces on a daily basis outside my door would be worse.
yeah. I think I'll take drug dealers.
Yeah.
Mm. Where's that cigar right now?
Where is it?
Well, I know it's in your fucking hand, but he's like, where is it now? I watch Jeremy. Look, here it is. Now here it
Yeah.
is. It's, it's,
Well, unfortunately, the Fuente glue monster got my wrapper a little bit, but
oh shit!
where is it as far as what darkness, flavor, all?
How happy are you with it?
I'm happy. I'm enjoying life right now, and I'm chatting with Richie, so it doesn't get much better, right? But yeah, it's really good. I'm really enjoying the second third. I'm going to be getting to the last third here, and it's picking up. More earth, um, black pepper, wood, rich wood, little syrupy almost even. It's
Yeah, when it gets syrupy, it's nice.
yeah, feels like I have syrup on the back of my tongue.
There's only two ways that to happen: you smoke the Opus X, or you blew a Canadian.
Not blowing any Canadian, so I must be smoking an Opus X.
Hey, next time you're dealing with an asshole, say to the guy, "Hey, buddy, there's a reason why God made assholes smaller than mouths. All right? I don't know." And then just leave it at that. Don't explain what it means. I just made that phrase up today, and I think I like it. I'm testing it out right now, seeing how to tweak it. You know, what do you think
The
about that?
reason
Is that
God made assholes smaller than mouths.
you say, "Hey, buddy, there's a reason why God made assholes smaller than your mouth," and then I just walk away, and then he's like, "What? What? Right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I feel like it has potential. You know what I'm saying? It's not totally there because it's not like what I said when I made up my other phrase. And you could take that to the bank and cash it twice. That was like solid. Like I sold that one hard, you know. But
Yeah,
this one is in the R&D, the research and development phase. You know.
yeah. I tell you what, this is really picking up. It's getting pretty damn strong for an opus. See,
Well,
I don't know. What do you? I don't think the regular opus. A lot of people say they're really strong. I have to disagree slightly. I don't think that they're overly strong. At least not for me.
well, are you equating strong with dark? Because I don't think regular opus is extremely dark cigar, but depending on the size, the end of the second third and the last third gets pretty spicy. It starts picking up.
Yeah, I'm
But
getting red pepper spice. It's really spicy right now.
yeah.
I guess for me, like being a former cigarette smoker, like I don't like the nicotine levels don't really. I mean, I can feel it. Don't get me wrong, but it never punches me really hard. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. Maybe I guess strength is a matter of perspective.
He said his buddy got a personal reserve. I never seen them before. Anyone try them? Are they good? Buy a box.
Mhm.
Benjamin, buy a box. They're
Watch Richie's review. He's got a review of the Don Carlos Personal Reserve.
provided by Jeremy. That cigar, yeah, bro. Just watch the review. That cigar is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's if you've ever smoked a Don Carlos, I mean, you kind of have to repair it. Since the personal reserve is Robusto, you have to compare it to the Robusto. I feel like the normal Robusto. Um, yeah, I mean, Rich, you know what I mean. I mean, I know I say it's an amped up Don Carlos, but that doesn't really put it into words. Um,
No, it's not only stronger, but it's better. Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If it was the same profile but just stronger, you would say okay. But no, but
yeah,
I'm telling you, like
you
everything's
you yeah, it's
the regular
very complex, way more complex than the regular Don
yeah.
Carlos.
No, but the regular Don Carlos is not Opus level. It's a great cigar, but it's not Opus
Yeah,
level. The personal
yeah,
reserve is on Opus level. The personal reserve is like personal reserve. Every time I say it, look at my face, look at my smile. The personal reserve is a place in my mind. Next time I see that cigar, I'm buying one. Period.
yeah.
I,
I feel like a lot of people. overlook the Don Carlos or maybe forget about the Don Carlos. But I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's before Opus X came out. Don Carlos was the hard cigar to find. Don Carlos was the cigar that yeah, lounges and shops whatever carried it, but it was out a lot. It was hard to find. It's a lot more plentiful these days, I think, with the launch of Opus and all their other lines. I mean, they have so many lines.
Yeah, well, like I said, yeah, and I agree with you on the regular Don Carlos, but I think the personal reserve is so limited that when that comes in, it goes right out. But yeah, definitely on the regular Don Carlos, you could get every day of the week. You
Yeah,
know, so
it's
that's
a beautiful cigar. It's a world class cigar. It's beautiful.
oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
mean, and for me in Robusto, I love it in Robusto. Be honest. I'm gonna try. The shop lately has not had the skinnier sizes, and I've had them before. I didn't care for them as much, but I know you do, and I'm gonna try them some
The
more.
Corona, the Corona, I
Yeah, the
love.
number three is like the Corona size, and they even have a number four too. It's a little smaller.
Yeah, dude, that one's my favorite size. But I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the Robusto either. So I mean, um, but nothing in the whole gambit. It was the Don Carlos Private Reserve, a personal reserve.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The Robusto is what Carlos Senior smoked. That was his size. And that, I mean, that was his blend. He made the Don Carlos, right? Carlito didn't blend the Don Carlos. That was his dad. Oh, excuse me.
yeah.
Um,
That
and when it first came out, they were in Nicaragua. So the original Don Carlos was different than the Dominican one is today.
I never even smoked the back. Did you smoke Forte back in the
No,
70s?
no, I was born in '81, so I wasn't around then.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, do you have them? Or somebody have a collection?
Oh, I've never seen anybody post anything like that. I'm in a lot of like Facebook groups, Fuente. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Talking about it, kind of reminded me. Talking about you were asking, if I've ever seen anybody smoke one or old cigars. There's a guy in my group. He's retired. He's an older guy, and he almost strictly smokes Arturo Fuente 858 Sun Grown.
Oh,
Um, but like crazy, like age. Like this guy posted it from like 1999,
holy shit!
2000, and I mean, he says they're great. I mean, I don't doubt him, but he's got some type of bet with somebody. I think he's trying to smoke like 10,000 boxes before he goes. That's all he smokes. That's like his cigar of choice. I mean, every once in a while you'll see him post like an Opus or something, but when he does post, he doesn't post often. But when he does, it's always an 858 Sungrow, but it's always with some crazy year, like from the '90s or the early 2000s.
But here's the problem: if you're always smoking the same cigar, at what point can you taste? And you can't taste anything, right? I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like your palate's got to get blown out by the same
Yeah,
cigar.
I would definitely get bored because my range is, I'm not, I'll say like Firm takes the award for the most variety of anybody I've ever seen as far as what he smokes.
And he does
Um
this like low key. He's like, "Yeah, I just came back. I was on my trip, and now let me show you some."
yeah,
Every cigar, I'm like, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What
yeah,
brand is that?" Like, I don't know where he
yeah,
finds all these brands. You know,
yeah. That's awesome. I mean, I definitely don't do that. I should actually, but I mean, and I will eventually. I'm sure. I'm always trying new shit. I'm not saying I don't. I surely do. I smoke a wide variety of shit. I mean, I have my huge humidor, which is mainly full of Fuente, and obviously I smoke those. But in between, I'm not, like I said, I'm not smoking those every day. I mean, yeah, I'm smoking an Opus now, but I haven't smoked one in probably a couple weeks. It's been a bit. So no, I take that back. I did smoke one last weekend, hanging out with the boys, a
he's like,
couple
"I
actually,
smoked
but.
it in like 12 hours. Fuck you." He said,
Yeah. No. But I'm always going to the shop and just picking up, like, my father's, whatever. I smoke all kinds of shit. It depends what type of mood I'm in.
"Has almost cornered the mid tier brand as far as like, like Fuerte's one, Fuerte Padron and David are like the because you can say other brands are great too on that level, but if you say what's the best of like the luxury brands, it's Fuente, Padron, Davidoff.
Yeah.
Let's say what's the best of mid tier stuff. I think my father's probably might be number one in the
Yeah.
mid, right?
I think my father, I guess you could throw Tatawahe in there. I mean, it's basically my father kind of in a way, but EP Carrillo, I think his shit is,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
but
So
he
they
hasn't cornered the market, I think, like you're saying. I
no,
don't
but
know that a lot,
people's
more
minds of like
people know
what's
about my father.
yes, but in people's minds like what mid tier cigars are great. Okay, EP Carrillo would be there with my father as far as like on respect. Like, because the pledge, I'll say this: where my father's taken more time to get that level of respect, E.P. Carrillo maybe hasn't as much time. But the pledge came out and the allegiance and the La Storia, it's like they came in pretty hard with those ones. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't
Yeah,
talk shit any of those cigars. The pledge, the
yeah,
allegiance, and the Astoria are like, and the Encore wasn't for me, but still it's loved. So those four cigars, um, you know what I'm saying? No, like they were
yeah,
all people go nuts for those cigars, you know.
yeah.
So
I still have not tried the Allegiance. I really want to try it. I have not tried it yet. Nobody's carrying it around me, so I'm gonna have to order it online. I'm gonna probably put in like some type of a sampler order, just random shit that I want to try. Um, I
not
tried the
you still talking about the shit. Fuck.
I tried the Long Live the Queen.
Is it good?
Gio and I, yeah, Gio and I did a little trade. I sent him some stuff he wanted. He sent me some stuff I wanted, but he sent me a Long Live the Queen. I asked him if I could have one, and he said sure. So thank you, Gio, if you're still there. But I liked it. It was, how do I say it? It was very Fuente like, being a Cameroon wrapper, but it was not as sweet as a Fuente. It wasn't as magical as a Fuente. I think it was a little more flat on the flavor. Again, though, it was good, but I'm just saying, comparing it, I guess, to some Cameroons that I really enjoy, like a Hemingway or a Don Carlos. It was definitely a little flatter, not as sweet on the flavor, more wood and peppery spice. I would say.
Interesting. Well, you got to figure like brands like Fuente have mastered Cameroon, and nobody even
Yeah,
talks about that.
yeah.
They get over,
Well, that, and like
but
I told Gio, I wonder too, if it's a true African Cameroon, because there are companies that use Cameroon that are not true African Cameroon wrappers. And that's the
dude, they
thing with
got Cameroon,
Fuente. I mean,
Cameroon. They have Brazilian Cameroon now.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it? Is it?
Fuente Fuente's got that market cornered, because we've talked, the Mirafel family, if I'm saying that right. They
Yeah.
own pretty much, well, they own distribution for Fuente outside of the U.S., and they grow all the Cameroon wrapper for Fuente. So Fuente's getting all the best African Cameroon
Yeah.
wrapper out there.
But believe it or
Mirafel
not,
family, I'm sure, is not selling it to other people very well, very often, if at all.
yeah, General gets the Cameroon from them too for the Cohiba Red Dot, and for some of
Okay,
the
so
other.
maybe they do. Okay,
But
okay,
but
I
but
wasn't
forget,
sure.
not everyone probably. You know what I'm saying? No, like it's like if you had a
Yeah,
Red Dot, I'm pretty sure that's African Cameroon.
yeah.
And the guy told me, I met the rep, and he says they get the stuff coming in from Africa for the Cameroon tobacco.
Okay.
So
So yeah,
they
and they're
use
a
that
big
name.
company, so they're probably buying a shit ton. Then I mean, that's, yeah. If I was the Mirafel family, I'd be
Yeah.
selling it to them as well. The volume that they're probably buying for the Cohiba.
Oh yeah, Cohiba Red Dot's a popular cigar, man. I mean, it shouldn't be a $25 cigar. But did we lose connection? We
No,
back?
I'm still here. I can hear you. Can you
Well,
hear
yeah.
me?
I mean, yeah. You're good now. Yeah. Um, I love the Red Dot. To me, I think the Red Dot and the Hemingway Cameroon go together really well. They go
Yeah,
together really. I think the Red Dot's a little stronger. Um,
yeah. That's what I was going to say. I think it's a little stronger. I think the Hemingway is probably a little more magical.
yeah, I
Does
would
that make
agree with that.
sense?
Yeah, I would agree with that. The regular Red Dot's a little more grounded, I'd say, a little more
Yeah. It's not to
strong.
say the Red Dot's not good. It is. It's a great
No, just
cigar. I've
a
smoked many.
kind of cigar, you know, because it has a lot of Piloto Cubano, but I think that's Lajero. I
Hmm.
think that, not to say Red Dot's real strong, but if you get it in Robusto, it's not a weak cigar. If you hold the smoke on that, man, it's a lot of great flavor. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I just don't like paying full price, you know.
yeah. I hear you. Well, Rich, I don't want to like jet out on you, but I know you wanted to have Sacco on, and I want to be a gentleman.
No, I appreciate that. Much respect.
Well, I
Uh,
know you lit up your second cigar, so I don't want to take up all the time.
you not only are you a gentleman, but you are a gentleman's gentleman, and I use that
Hmm.
term loosely. You know, man, that cigar smoke is massive.
Oh yeah, it's smoking beautifully. It's insane. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say about it. It's good. It's
I,
fabulous. It's magical.
yeah, no, dude. When you're blowing the smoke on that, bro, that's a massive smoke output. That thing is smoking really well. Did you let it dry out
Mhm.
or for a day or two or no?
No, like I said, I tend to keep my humidors a little lower. I use 65% Bovita pack, so it tends to like the foot is about 65, but the head is closer to 70. So I keep mine a little below 70. So generally, when I take them out, for me, they're ready to smoke. I don't generally have to leave them out too often. So yeah.
I think we'll get a really bad connection, Jeremy.
Well, I hear you, but yeah, I
Can you
don't
hear
know.
me?
Maybe I'm breaking up. Yeah, can you hear me?
I think the connection cut. Oh, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, the connection cut out for about 30 seconds.
Oh, it was all good for me. That's weird. I don't know, but anyway, that's cool. I know if Sacco's still out there, you want to get him on. So
The connection cut out again. Richie's getting it. Like
yeah,
all of a sudden, you're like back, and also it's like get like.
no, no,
But
get Sacco on. Get
yeah,
Sacco
bro.
on before
Thank
you're.
you for coming on, and we'll see you around the club, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Yep, yep. Much
Thanks.
love, guys.
All right, bro. And I look forward to. I want to smoke that 40th when I find it. I'm sorry, the 40th, the 10th, and
Yeah,
and hopefully you try the Garcia and see how it compares. Because so far nobody's tried both.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to do that. I will.
Yeah, smoke them both at the same time.
Yeah, I will. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I'm not Richie. I can't smoke two Opus X at once.
All right,
Well,
bros.
and actually three in one night. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Well, I don't want to brag, man. I was flexing. I was, I, dude. For a moment, I was the richest guy in a Corolla. All right, bro. I got to fucking
Yeah,
flex.
that was crazy, man.
I
All
forgot
right,
about that,
brother.
bro. 4 hours of sleep that night. I went to work. I was like,
You feel like you've been
all right,
out all night
see
drinking?
you around, bro.
Yep. See ya.
You take it easy, man.
You too.
Peace. Well, I appreciate Jeremy coming on. Always a pleasure. Jeremy's flexing with the Opus X. Hold on a second here. With the Opus X Lost City. That is a fantastic cigar. Anything high end Fuente or Opus is gonna be great. I haven't had in a while though. I need to revisit that cigar. I need to revisit it. And next we're gonna have on the Saint Sacco to close the show. Saint Sacco. Hey, look at this guy.
What's up, Ranch Gang?
Hey, Sacco, do you think every time you come on, you could just scream flex? You know, like in the when you see like the Mexican soccer games when they score, they go go.
Go!
But could you just scream flex like that? Could you? Hold on, ready? Hey, Sacco, thanks for coming on.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Look, I was here, yeah, Jeremy, as he said, yeah, I'm here, but I'm busy with this rolling this cigar, so that's why I wasn't like participating in comment section.
Sacco, we're getting a bad connection.
Well, it's got to be your connection. You're
What's
getting
going
bad
on
connection
tonight?
with everybody. D, come back. Another one. There it goes. R.I.P. D, I think it's your connection, bro. Me, we're good. Yeah, I'm good. D, it's you. I don't know, but you're froze. But I can hear you, but you're froze. Let's go. Well, this is delicious. Jeremy, how you doing, brother? Damn. Well, it's very opus like.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Series
it's
M is great, man.
huh?
I
Oh
love
yeah,
the.
that thing is really good, man. I'm really enjoying it. But
That first
you know
Miami.
about this new I don't know that love floor whatever my father.
Yeah.
Like Jeremy was saying, I wish they just keep keep the same blend or not make a limited. But you know what? I think it's pretty much the same blend with Garcia, White Garcia. Maybe a little bit tweaking, but they're making limited, so it's a selling point, I think. Like, look for example, Davidoff with the Royale, they don't make limited series, whatever, and call it
Well, that's
limited,
the
right?
problem. Let's just say if it, and I believe you guys, it's really great. But then if you love it, you're not gonna be able to get it again. Like, is that a one-time deal?
Yeah, it's limited, but they have the tobacco. Look, I haven't smoked it yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be like Garcia, right? They have the tobacco, and then they're coming up with a new limited release every year. You know what I mean? Instead of like making a year of a rabbit or year of this, year of that,
Well,
instead they're
I'll say that the 10th anniversary has gotten more buzz than the Garcia.
yeah, it did, and because the box is like way better. I don't know if people talking about the quality of the cigars or the box is better, of course, and I don't know. I haven't smoked it yet, but I'm going
So,
to.
but think
So
of it this way, Sacco. When they named it the Flor Dia Antilla's 10th anniversary, people already know that cigar and people love that cigar, right?
yeah, I
So,
didn't know. Like I didn't know that cigar.
was that?
I didn't know that that
Uh,
was
no, but
like
that
the
cigar was
regular
cigar.
release.
A lot of guys like that cigar. What I'm saying is Garcia, nobody know what the hell is that. So the name of that Garcia, maybe people saw that and it was $35 and they're like, whatever. You know what I'm saying though?
Well, I think that cigar Garcia, actually father and son sitting and rolling him.
Oh, okay.
Just that release they did together. One is the buncher, one is the roller. I think they sat together and they made that cigar together, like
Wow.
sitting in a factory and rolling the cigars. Actually, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's pretty
So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the owner and the son of the company made the cigar. That's pretty special.
together they had like one like bench in a factory front, and father and son they were just sitting there and rolling cigars. So
Interesting.
that that's what I heard of that Garcia and Garcia thing. And okay, here is the thing. If you guys want to hear about the chateau, okay, so basically, where the Chateau Fuente is located, right? That's why they have this specific tobacco that no other producer has, because of that region. So what happened was, are you okay there, bro? You're watching your back, D.
I think I'm gonna have to move. I do. It says I have 5 bars here, but maybe the area. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on a second.
Okay.
It said I have service, but I might just maybe because I'm in front of my building. Uh, maybe I'll go to the parking lot here. It's more open space. Let's see. How about now?
Well, it's good for now. Let's give it a minute and see.
How about now, Sako?
How about now?
Is that better?
Now it's better. Yeah.
Okay. I think in part of the building, maybe it's a cloudy night today. Who knows? Maybe it's affecting the service.
Yeah. We'll see. Let's just give it a minute, and for now it's good. I don't know about it,
You
but
know, it's
anyway.
now. So maybe it was the front of that building. Maybe.
But yeah, this there is this interesting story about the Chateau Fuente, right? Like the location and stuff.
Mhm.
So Carlito was telling like, okay, so first, so they had this family friend
Yeah.
that said, before Opus, before growing rubber tobacco in Dominican. So he said this family friend, we sat together in a car and started driving all over the Dominican Republic. So basically, there is this one specific region where the Chateau Fuente is right now. The valley. The old man told him this is exactly like Pinar del No, the whatever in Cuba, the same
Right.
region with
Yeah.
same mountains, with the river going, and with the same even the plants are same.
Yeah.
So basically, he said, Buono, it calls the area, the city. So he said, this is where you can go tobacco. But I mean, there was this couple of tribes fighting each other there, and copper mines, nickel mines. People were treating like getting like shitty treatment from the miners. Like the owners of the mines, and also the criminals. There was no police station, nothing. So basically, that's how they established the Chateau Fuente, because the nature is exactly like in Cuba, in that region where they grow the tobacco. So basically, yeah, that's where the shot, and he's the only one who's growing tobacco in that region. Usually, the tobacco is grown by the Santiago, which is a couple of 100 kilometers to the north.
How he got that land, because if it was not being used and there was a lot of crime there, who did he had to buy the land from
Yeah,
somebody?
he bought the land. Yeah, he bought the land, and um, I don't know who did the land belong to, but he said he just said we got lucky enough and we got the land.
Yeah.
And everything went from there, kind of. And then yeah, they started Chateau Fuente, which was again like there was no running water, there was nothing there, no power, no running water, nothing.
Mm.
So yeah, it was an interesting story, but man, but that place is so beautiful. I mean, and it calls like a farm. Uh, you know, they had like rabbits in there, and then like peacocks, whatever, were like walking around, horses, but beautiful, like flowers, colors, and all the nature and everything.
that
That
was the
place was
nicest
like
farm.
magical.
That was the nicest farm.
Oh yeah, that's nicest farm like I've ever seen in life or in the TV.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Question: what would be worse if somehow tomorrow you woke up and all the women in the world disappeared, or all the cigars disappeared?
Dude, I have lifetime worth of cigars, so
You gotta
yeah, I mean, yeah, I can
Sacco.
go with
Okay, so Sacco,
cigars.
what if you were the last man in the world, and all you had was your stash? You imagine you would need a lot of security.
Yeah, yeah, I will take that shit to the bank, man, and cash it twice.
Bro, that would be
So
a good. That would be a good horror movie. And like, cause then like, imagine if the whole world was coming for your cigars. You're like the last man with cigars.
yeah, well, this one I can like test a lot of barrel aging, like really, really, but
Yeah, the Series M is fantastic. My guy had that cigar for
this
two.
is a Spectre, not Serious M.
Oh, you smoking Spectre? Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
Series M. Oh,
Mm.
how's dude? That's another level. How's that Spectre, man?
Roasted nuts, lot of barrel. Like cognac or whiskey
Yeah,
scotch.
yeah, they age in that, bro.
Yeah,
And the roasted nuts because it has the Piloto Cabano. Piloto Cabano, lots of times you're like, that's nice, man.
yeah, but well, most of them use Piloto Cubano. Like
Well, General Cigars, I think, has the best Piloto Cabano. They
yeah,
have,
and also Fuente is Piloto Cubano. Fuente
they have
uses
it too.
Piloto Cubano. Yep.
Yeah, I love Piloto Cabano.
Yeah, the Dominican. That's what I buy. That's what I use in my blends.
Mhm.
But obviously, it's not coming from Chateau.
Yeah,
So they have in Chateau they had like 36 curing barns,
yeah,
uh, only for Opus. Okay, so the Chateau is growing tobacco only for Opus, and you know what? The Opus is a cigar that gets delivers to retailers. Like not every retailer get the same shipment because you have to sell a lot of other shitty cigars that I mean that Fuente goes under Fuente name,
yeah,
whatever. But before you even get to receive like opuses in your store to sell,
yeah,
but again, it's kind of a monopoly. Whoever gets it gets it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't get it.
yeah.
It's like opening up a Toyota dealership, let's say, right? you can open any dealership, but you cannot like it's very hard to like be named dealership, for example.
Right.
But
Oh, you can't just get tons of Toyota Supras.
yeah, so those leaves are well, they're so limited. Like they don't even sell the leaves. You know what I mean? It's they can't sell any leaves or use it for another tobacco. But yeah, the factory makes opus day in and day out. Like even the ones that you think like they're very hard to find, but they're being made, you know. And but most of them, again, like it gets sold like to a lot of collectors. I mean, some people just buy the whole thing, and the other people don't get them.
My cigar shop. He told me that he met Fuente's daughter 4 years ago. Like she came
Fuente
into.
has three daughters.
Yeah.
I met two of them.
He said she was very beautiful.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, she has a yeah.
I'm not sure.
The older one is the one who's running the company pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other two, and he has a son too. Son was there too. I saw the son too, but yeah, I mean it depends what type of beautiful you say. Big heart may be beautiful, or as a person beautiful, but
Well, he said it was 4 years ago, so I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know. Things could change. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? It's just surprising, right? That every other company, as the father gets older, if he has a son, the son takes over the company.
Right.
It's surprising that Fuente, and that has to hurt Fuente, that his son doesn't want to be in the company.
Yeah, he said yeah, he doesn't want to deal with tobacco products,
That
basically.
that's gotta hurt him, man.
Yeah, that is gotta hurt him because, well,
Has
it's a family tradition, you know. It's an art. I mean,
Yeah, but you know what though? That son grew up with so much money, and he probably went to fancy schools and everything. So I think he's detached from reality. You know what I'm saying though?
yeah,
I
I
can't
don't know. Well,
imagine if my father was Fuente. Guess what I'm doing for a job?
holy
I'm
shit,
gonna
I'm
own
smoking
I'm
like
gonna
10
Fuente.
over 6 a day.
Yeah, because he could just run the company in name only, and just you know what I'm saying though. But that way you keep the
Yeah.
name.
Well, I mean, yeah, the company is already established. It runs itself basically,
Yeah,
but still
yeah,
you need people to make it work.
yeah. I just can't believe that his son's like, nah. That's a flex right there. Imagine turning down a Fuente company. You're like, nah,
Yeah,
flex,
you can keep it.
flex.
That's a flex.
Flex. That's a flex. Imagine his private reserve. How much Opus X he has.
Well, he was there. I mean, it was him and then the CEO. When I went to Chateau Fuente, and yeah, I think these guys were smoking like pussy juice. That's at least that's what it looked like.
And that's $500.
They don't even sell that, man. The $1 went for 13,000 for 13 cigars. One and
That's
only box.
that's expensive pussy.
Yeah, that is. That's not even a pussy. That's the juice. Imagine if you get the pussy.
Hey, only Fuente is Fuente. Dude, that cigars are great, man.
This is not done. That doesn't have a wrapper yet.
But your production quality is so great.
Yeah. Okay. So here, this is aged Dominican Ligero Piloto Cubano leaf.
And you're gonna
This
use
is,
that for wrapper?
no. This is the filler. This is a Ligero. I'm putting one of each. Look at that leaf right there.
But Sacco, that's not possible to use for wrapper.
Not this leaf, but no.
Uh,
No, how are you gonna use that for wrapper? It's too thick, first of all.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm putting one of these in there in these cigars, and I'm putting one. So it's a double ligero. This one. This is aged Esteli, Nicaraguan Esteli.
You're putting Dominican and Nicaraguan Lajero in the filler. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Could you hold those leaves side by side, and so people can see the difference? So two different. So on the left
That's
is the
Nicaraguan. That's Dominican.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Just
the Piloto Cubano, and then that's the Esteli. Es Ligero Esteli. These
it's
are
amazing.
aged at
They look
least
so
2 years.
different. They look so different. You know.
Yeah, they do. Nicaraguans have more reddish color, but
Yeah.
some look like some. Some don't. I mean, it's just live to live. But
Yeah. But I mean, even different in the texture. They look. The texture looks different. You know.
yeah, texture. This is way thicker. I think what happened is Nicaragua is more. Uh, Probably, I'm assuming is there's more overcast. Clouds more
Yeah.
often. The aeroflex. Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, the Dominican is grown. They don't grow it in like rainy areas because the rain will wash off the oils from the leaf.
Yeah.
It has to be dry.
Interesting. You want?
But see, Davidoff, when I went to their factory, they're losing a lot of Ecuadorian tobacco.
Dude,
Most of,
I don't think they're making too much Camacho. Camacho has gone
no,
down.
no, no. Davidoff uses a lot of Ecuadorian for their thing.
No, I'm saying, but the Camacho brand. Do you know they're downsizing Camacho
Hmm.
a lot?
Maybe yeah, they wanna try something else with Camacho or something.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
I
you have a good night, my friend. It was pleasure
have a good
watching
night.
you.
I think the problem with Camacho is the branding. You know those the Camacho branding. They put too many remember the big bands and everything, but they wrote a lot of stupid stuff on the bands. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Though
which one was the company that just got sold?
Alec Bradley.
So Alec Bradley. So basically, Davidoff was making Alec Bradley.
No, no. Placencia was, I think.
No, Davidoff. I was in there. I asked the guy. I said, hey, "What are these?" There was like people rolling cigars. I said, "What are these?" He said, "Alec Bradley." And I told him, "Didn't Alec Bradley just got sold?" He said, "We don't talk about it."
What?
So maybe there's like few something they rolling Davidoff rolling them, but I'm
Okay.
hundred
But
percent sure.
here's the thing. Alec Bradley has some higher end stuff that's a lot more expensive. Maybe it's that one.
Probably, yeah, probably the Alec Brothers higher end stuff.
Yeah, because they have a higher end one. I think it's called. Is it called the Rare or something like that, or
Oh,
something?
dude, I'm not even Alec Bradley. I only know the Tempest,
Oh no, no.
Nicaragua.
They got some stuff that's anywhere from $20 to $30. They got some really high
Yeah.
end stuff. But I don't think it sells. I had. He said they were making Alec Bradley's at Davidoff.
Yes, and I even told him. I said that company just got sold. I was there when we were like texting each other, and I was at the Davidoff factory. So I said, yeah, the Alec Bradley got sold, and he said that yeah, we don't, yeah, we can discuss that here, basically.
Wow. Well, even though if they got sold, if they already had previous contracts, they had to be fulfilled. You can't just stop making. You know what I'm saying? Though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let me show you something here.
Wow. What are you gonna flex on us?
This is just some cars that I got. So this was Mr. Newman, Eric Newman, president for JC Newman. So
Wow.
this guy, see that
Yeah.
Ernest Kojai. So this guy is the director of tobacco procurement for
General.
General Cigars.
Wow.
So here are the
Wow.
brands: Pach, Macanudo. You have Partagas, Cohiba, CAO, and then what is this one? La Gloria Cubana. This one. So this guy, he is the director of tobacco procurement. So this guy gets a shitload of tobacco. Where he's at in Virginia, his office is
Wow.
Richmond, Virginia, Scandinavian Tobacco Group. So he
Wow.
gets a lot of tobacco, and he said, just yeah, I'll send him over, boy. He just get it like for quality. I
Yeah.
said, I'll pay you for shipping. He said, no, man, you don't have to pay for shipping. I'll just send them to you.
Did you call
I
him?
just have to. I have to like email him, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of procrastinating on that.
No,
This,
Sacco, do it. Sacco, do it before he forgets. You know.
yeah, yeah. This guy is Hamlet Espinosa, Vice President, Head of Global Production, Tabatom Holdings. So Tabatom Holdings is Davidov. Okay, that's the name they go by.
Wow.
So yeah,
How did you
and
get their card?
huh?
How did you get their business card?
Boy, I met them. I talked to them. All these people there.
Dude, that's a flex, bro. You need to put all those cards on a. Uh,
Oh yeah,
dude, that's awesome,
I should have had them sign it.
bro. Yeah, but dude, for them that they put it in your hand, dude, you got to flex, man. I would use that connection and get that tobacco, man. That's a
Hmm.
gift. That dude, don't lose that opportunity, man. That's free
No
tobacco.
man, I'm yeah. I gotta put the card. I gotta put the card with me so
Yeah,
I can I don't forget.
yeah.
Because every day I say I'm gonna do it and then I forget.
Because you know what? After you get that tobacco, you can make some sticks. You send him some as a sample. He might like your stuff, and then maybe you never know. Maybe you
Yeah.
could have a cigar with General Cigars. You know.
Well, this guys like they smoke their cigar halfway, but because whenever it goes out, they throw it away and light another one. But the guy was like, "Not my cigar." He says it doesn't go out. This is Indonesian Sumatra. I'm
Wow.
using this for a binder.
And you know what's crazy about that? That's the same binder they use on the Cohiba Red Dot. The Cohiba Red
Yeah,
Dot Indonesian binder.
yeah. So and then, this is like binder, and then I put another binder on top of the binder.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So okay, so this is how the cigar is being born. Like in the factories nowadays, they only use that machine, to roll the bunch the cigars. But some companies still use hand rolled tobacco. So
Now,
basically, after the Dominican Pro Cigar, it was the
yeah.
Cuban cigar festival.
Yeah, I saw some pictures on Facebook about that.
Yeah, I met a couple of like guys from Switzerland, and they said, "Dude, I mean, any cigar you want, just send us an email. We'll get it for you." Because this
Really
opposite is easier to find in Europe than around here.
interesting.
Yeah, uh, people use a lot of, I mean, smoke a lot of Cuban tobacco, and they don't
Yes.
get. Yeah, basically.
You want to hear something crazy happened today? I was
Yeah,
on the phone
let's.
with PG, and I pull up to my apartment. I'm in the parking garage. Next to my parking spot, they got the dumpsters, right, for the garbage.
Uh
This
huh.
woman walks by my car with a garbage bag, and she puts the garbage, in the dumpster. She leaves, and I'm still talking to PG, and I get out of my car, and some time goes by, and I'm talking to him. She comes back, and she goes in the dumpster. She takes the garbage bag out, and she goes back inside to her house.
What if there was garbage, but there was money in the garbage bag?
Who the fuck does? Who throws garbage out and comes back and takes it back in? My point is, I've never seen that happen in my life. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I want it back.
Maybe, yeah, maybe there was something in the garbage. They didn't intend to dump it, but
What? A
I
glove?
don't know. I have no clue, bro.
Bro,
So
I've
yeah,
never.
this is the Piloto Cubano, and it goes just like that, the whole thing. See, before I used to remove these middle veins. I don't know if you can see it or not,
Yeah.
but right now I'm just leaving them in there. See that? That
Well,
would
that will help with the ash.
that would help with the ash, and that will help with the strength.
Interesting.
So, and then also flavor. That has a lot of flavor there too.
Well, you get a lot of nutrients. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Dude, it's so therapeutic watching you roll cigars.
Yeah, it's therapeutic for me too, bro. I mean, like every time I'm like, I said, oh shit, when I'm gonna finish this, like every day I come from work and I'm doing this, and then like once I stop and then I miss it, so I get just more tobacco, and then it goes on and on and on,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Um,
Are you only making like Toros, or what size do you always make the
No,
same?
this one, yeah, I'm making only Toros
Yeah.
because later is too much qualification thing I need to do.
Yeah. Now here's the thing:
Size and a blend.
if you were gonna make the same cigar but in 5x50, how do you decide what filler to take out? Like how much? How much less tobacco are you using on Robusto? 550.
Just less.
But how much less? Like, do you choose what's leave or each tobacco just a little? How does that work?
Um, well, okay, let's say uh,
Let's
you're
say
going
you
to
have.
use one leaf, you use two leaf,
Okay.
right? Because, like, if you take the leaf, look, you take the leaf, you fold it, right? So, in order to do like what, seven, you take that right there, and then they have that much left.
Yeah.
So, you cut that and then put it on top of each other. But if you're making 50 by 50, let's say that big, you have that much left.
I see.
Now you get one leaf, but there.
I see what you're saying.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that one leaf is good for, let's say, robusto. For bigger cigars, you need more leaves
Right. Right.
because the cigar is longer. Imagine if the cigar was wider. It's the same thing.
Well, what about like a 7-inch cigar, but it's still 50, like a Churchill 7x50? So now it's longer, but it's still not bigger though. Engaged. So then, are those leaves long enough?
You just gotta put more tobacco. If you're sticking with the same blend, you just gotta put more tobacco in there. And then usually, look, you don't control that by Ligero. Usually, the volume is controlled by Seiko.
Uh,
You know what I mean? If you already have like the one full or two full leaves of Ligero in there, and then the rest you can control it with Seiko, either with Viso. If you're if the Ligero is too thick, then you substitute it with Seiko. If the Ligero is not that thick, like I mean at the Davido factory, I didn't see any like thick Ligero they use. It was just regular leaf, all of them, or the whole blend.
on the Davidoff white label side, those aren't really that strong. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I think Davidoff uses a lot of Seiko and Viso in their blends. I remember seeing a cigar. It was a lot of Seiko and Viso.
I mean the royal release is pretty strong, or the late hour.
Yeah, or the Nicaragua. Yeah, but I'm talking about on the white label side.
The late hour they use the barrel aged tobacco.
How good did that smell in the barrel?
Well, it's mixed. Tobacco with smell with with what you call it, cognac or whatever it is, scotch or whatever. It's uh, it's not that potent as if you think, but it smells really nice. You don't have the alcohol smell. Imagine you take off the alcohol from the whiskey and smell that.
Okay.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah. Big Firm said maybe that girl she threw out her doll and she had to get the doll back.
Oh, the girls are doing dolls nowadays?
No, remember the dolls we were talking about the
Right,
channel, the big dolls. Yeah.
right. I thought that was for men.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, you never
or
know.
you never know, I guess, huh?
Somebody else said maybe it was drugs. She put, saved us. She put the drugs in the garbage.
Could have been drugs. Could have been. Who knows what could have been, man? Could
I
have
don't
been
know.
like if it was heavy, could have been human body parts and shit. Well, there's all type of cycles live around.
How about this? Maybe it was drugs, and this is why. She put the bag in there because maybe she didn't want to hand it to the person. So she said, oh, okay, because she put it in a very specific spot. And then I was in my car, and maybe she realized I was in my car, and she's like, oh, what if he takes it, though? And,
Right.
and so she went and took the garbage out. You know what I'm saying, though?
Either that, everything is possible, man. I
Because,
mean,
bro, who the fuck takes garbage back? Come on.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm putting this cigar down too much. It's cracking on me.
Oh, okay. You're putting it down a lot. Okay.
But hey, let me.
You got to take that band off, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, you're busy working, man.
Oh, well, I'm having fun. More like. you know, and uh, and plus for me it's easier to fix cigars.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Here,
You're smoking a Spectre. That's the third generation, right? That's the third one.
huh?
Is that
2021. When was the first? Uh,
19? 19.
okay. Did they make one in 20?
Yes,
They
that
came
was
up with a new one, but I haven't bought
the
it
one
yet.
in 20. I believe they made it with some younger tobacco because they wanted to make it stronger, and it was a darker looking cigar.
I haven't. Yeah, this is the first one ever I'm trying one of these.
Oh, you never tried the red one? You never smoked? Oh my god.
No, no, I never smoked the cigar.
I smoked two of the red ones, man, dude. It was like smoking a bowl of cherries.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same, and I can taste a lot of again a lot of what you call it, barrel aged tobacco in there too.
That sounds fantastic. Oh, you gonna touch it up right now because you cracked it? That's awesome. I sack of flex.
Yeah, I never waste a cigar.
Oh my goodness. How much time did you get that cigar?
um, I
You
don't
put
know. I started it like maybe 15 minutes before, 20 minutes before the show.
because I've been on 2 hours. Wow, you got because you're putting it. You got well over 2 hours. You're gonna get 3 hours out of that. That's
But I
crazy.
haven't, I haven't did any touch up or anything.
Yeah,
It's
and you
just,
put it down for a while. That thing stayed lit. You put it down a lot.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to New York and see my kid. And I'm gonna see my friend Johnny Stash. We're gonna smoke cigars. Um, I'm
But
looking forward.
yesterday Opus, I think, was much better than this.
Oh,
The
the 20.
Opus 25,
It was even better.
it was better. Yeah, much better. Huh? How much is what?
How much is the 25th?
Well, 25th. I don't know if you're lucky enough, you can get 200 each or 250, 300, 400. It depends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Flex.
There wasn't cheap in Vegas, I'll tell you that. But so these are the. This is another thing I'm using binder. This is the Nicaraguan shade.
Mm.
It's a wrapper, but I'm using as a binder.
The, Nicaragua makes some nice shade cigars, man. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah, they do. It's a Connecticut seed, but grown in a shade. Everybody does nowadays.
Yeah.
Ecuador, but it's Ecuador is the most shade growing. Maybe after Connecticut.
Yeah, but I think Connecticut, due to the price and everything, they moved a lot to Ecuador it was cheaper, you know.
Too expensive. Connecticut, yeah, it's too expensive because of the labor and all the laws,
But
insurance, this
also
and that.
Ecuador, when you say shade grown, in Connecticut they actually had to put cheesecloth over the field. In
Yeah,
Ecuador they didn't have to. In
yeah,
Ecuador,
they do. Still, shade is a shade.
no. From what I read, in Ecuador, where they grew it, it had so much cloud coverage that the sun wasn't never really out. So the cloud coverage made it shade grown.
Oh, really?
That's why they
Oh,
did it. It was cheaper. Yeah, it was cheaper.
yeah. Then maybe that's why it's cheaper. But
Well, also Ecuadorian labor is cheaper than Connecticut labor, right?
yeah, hell yeah, yeah. That's
But how
why
crazy!
everybody.
That's what I read that in Ecuador. Now I'm not going to say that in every part. What I read is they said it was like in a high area and it was very cloudy. You know, the altitude was high, and so it was very cloudy, and
Yeah,
that's why it was perfect for shade grown. You know.
I heard that about Ometepe. You know the Ometepe, Nicaragua. It's an island in the lake.
Yeah.
And it has like a big mountain there, so there is always clouds next to the mountain. But so they go a lot of shade tobacco on that over there too.
It's quite interesting, man.
Yeah. So
What's Uncle Larry? How's your balls? Oh, all right.
Flex,
Flex.
raspberry flex.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I should have ate these sooner.
So yeah, there were a lot of these Swiss guys. They were going to Cuba for the Cuban festival,
They
and
went
they
back.
said that nowadays they launched a lot of cigars, man, a lot of nice Cuban cigars.
Wow.
Apparently, They had good tobacco too. Now they're starting with the same thing with the year of the tiger, year of the rabbit, whatever whatever they call it, the Chinese calendar
So
thing.
you didn't smoke the EP Carrillo yet, right?
Was that?
You didn't smoke the EP Carrillo?
Oh, no, man, not yet. I don't know if I'm gonna smoke those unless I buy a box, another box to smoke. That one box I want to take with me next year for him to sign.
Yeah. That's gonna be pretty cool, man.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. It's a heavy box too. But yeah, I'll probably take off the cigar. I don't know, man.
I
That's
wonder what is he gonna do next, like next year? Because he had this year, he had the Allegiance. I wonder what next one's gonna be.
well. Look, he said. Um, I said how you come up with these blends. Like how it says it's on a tobacco. If I walk around, I walk around the factory, I see the tobaccos that I need, or something new, or the tobacco is aging better because every year is different. Some years you have tobacco age for a long time, some years for a short time, or whatever. Basically, it goes like I go, I pick up the tobacco and go from there. Like how long? If it's a tobacco that I can age like 10 years, for example, I put him off the shelf and let him age. But I don't know what's next. I think for EP, he's just gonna stick with affordable sticks most of the time, most of the part. But hey, if we can make high end, then it can sell them. Why not, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's good to have in the portfolio just for the prestige, you
Yeah.
know. And
But see, this one is interesting, bro, because all 12 cigars have 12 different blends. I showed you that already, right?
I've never seen that before. I don't think we're ever gonna see that again. That's pretty.
Yeah, and he said that he's not going to do that again. I mean, he said, he
That's
might use,
a lot of
yeah,
work.
yeah, it is a lot of work and a lot of quality control because a lot of cigars get rejected because of the price. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking 80 some dollar per cigar, $83. That's like that's going to the moon for Epicurio.
Oh yeah. He asked what I was smoking. I was smoking Padron 3000 Maduro, just a cheap Padron. And I thought it would be, but I think these actually have more time on them. I don't remember this one being. I'm not saying this was as smooth as the 64 or 26, but it was. But also it was Toro. I don't normally smoke the 3000. I normally smoke the 1000 or 2000 Maduros. So this was a fatter size. So I think the fatter size calmed the blend down a little bit. But
Right.
did
Yeah.
you ever
I
smoke?
never smoked. I never tried those.
No, it, it's not a flex cigar. So no, it's definitely not a. But yeah, man. Um, I believe tomorrow, uh, Jay, who was on last week, he said he sent me some stuff and it should be here tomorrow. So we're interested to see what he has.
Oh
What he
yeah.
sent.
Oh yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll make a video if it comes in tomorrow. And but I'm hoping tomorrow too to get my 45 back from the gunsmith. I went to the store yesterday and he said he got the part in yesterday. He has the hand fit, the thumb safety, you know.
Oh shit. Yeah. Cause those guns ones. Yeah.
So that's it. So he's got to put that in, um, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically, you have the Rolex of the guns.
Mhm.
Because right, if your Rolex breaks down, you can just take a part off a Rolex and fit it
Yeah.
on that Rolex.
Well,
That
the reason I told you what happened was I screwed it up when I went to take it out. It just got
right.
stuck. It happened before. So when I tried to bang it out from the other side in the hole in the frame, I broke the part and it got way worse. So that's never happened before. I've never seen a thumb safety not come out, but something was wrong with it. I guess in the factory. I never had. It was like out of spec. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
parts, anything could be out of spec. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Exactly. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So basically, and then the other thing about Ecuadorian wrappers, they're very elastic, man. They're so easy to work with. It's like
Really
the easiest wrappers to work with, the Ecuadorian.
interesting. So they're not brittle at all. They're not brittle.
Yeah, they're much clean and then much easier to work with. Not as fragile, as
Interesting.
the worst is the Cameroon. I had experienced like they're very very. I mean, you have to have like really really tender touch with those wrappers.
Interesting.
And this year I couldn't find any Honduran tobacco. They've been out of stock ever since.
What did you do right there? What did you do right there? What did you
Huh?
just put to?
This end I just open it up a little bit if it's too tight for a draw.
Oh, you do. But do you normally do that? I never see you do that part.
It depends. It depends on the cigar, from cigar to cigar. It depends how they feel. If they feel a little tight, I open them up so they have a good draw. By feeling, I already can tell, like how it's gonna press.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude. So how many cigars did you make like of this
Bro,
batch?
like I'm over 600 now.
600 cigars.
Yeah.
600 cigars.
Um.
And
Well.
how long they been?
Yeah. It's the aging process. But I gotta figure out somehow to uh better store them, because right now they're just like in a Ziploc bag and sitting there.
Oh, with both of the packs?
Yeah, with Bovida packs.
And how often do you check the both of the packs to make sure it's good?
I generally open them like well, every 3 weeks, once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And how many can you fit in the pack? 20 or 50?
Huh?
How many can you fit in the bag?
In a bag, about 50.
Wow.
Hey, let me show you.
Yeah, can you show us that stash?
Huh?
Can you show us all the ones that you're eating?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, this is not
Oh
old, but
wow. Holy wow.
not dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a name for these cigars.
Huh?
How many different blends did you make?
Dude, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and maybe another 6 somewhere underneath.
And did you write down the blends so you
Yep.
know exactly what?
Yep. Everything is written.
Wow.
Like this one,
Wow.
Dominican Piloto Cubano Ligero, Piloto Cubano Seco, and then broadleaf, Connecticut broadleaf, and Nicaraguan Jalapa Viso. This is a Spectre blend right here.
I can't believe you copied the Spectre, man. That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
then the binder is Brazilian. No, no. Ecuadorian Habano Seco, and then the wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano Ligero.
Well, that's already been there 3 months.
Yeah, 12/21, 2022. That's
I bet
yeah.
they're ready to be smoked.
So this is the Spectre blend right here.
So how much? Okay, how much does that cost you, like per cigar for the tobacco? How much you think?
Damn, that smells good. But these are came out a little tight. I hope the draw is good. About $5. That's without the labor.
Oh yeah, and then also if you had to put a band and a box
Yeah,
and
if you
everything
have
else.
to put a band, you have to put a box. You have to have 300 people working to doing that cigar, because I'm one man operation, right? That's
Right.
payroll. You have
Yeah.
the overhead,
Oh,
insurance.
tobacco, your cost. That's not even a middleman distributor, and then not even the lounge, and then not even tax.
No,
So
yeah, exactly,
so
exactly.
let's just say it costs you $10 per cigar total. That guy's gonna buy it for maybe 15, and then he's gonna sell it for 20, 25.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, it's and And the cigars are the tobacco is not getting cheaper. Everything is like everything is going up in the price. So, but yeah, about there, and then I'm hoping for like a high quality cigar.
Yeah, dude, your construction, dude. When that guy said the guy that buys all the tobacco for General, when he smoked your whole cigar, that was the best gift I think, man. Besides giving Fuente a hug, that's a personal thing. But for your cigars,
Yeah,
this smoked the whole cigar. That
yeah.
guy knows cigars, man.
The one of the guys smoked it, and then the other one, he said he's gonna smoke it in the morning with the clean palate.
Okay.
So this curator Ernest. So he smoked, and I saw him next day, and he said, "Man, that cigar was amazing. Like, really, he was impressed with it.
Wow.
Yeah, because they kind of didn't believe that I made the cigar, so I had to show them the video of me actually doing the
Oh, he
cigar.
believe that you made it.
Yeah,
That's another flex. He's too wow.
yeah. I said, "Are you sure you made this cigar?" And then, of course, my wife is there. Yeah, yeah, sure. What do you mean, sure? Here's the video, but he's making it. But well, that whole thing is such a nice experience.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, dude. That's a major flex for those guys to say they love your cigars, man. Like that's
Well, yeah.
I,
Next year I'm gonna take more. But I want to take. But my wife said like take at least 20, 30, and then there were a lot of other people who wanted to try it. But I was like, I took only 6, 7 of my cigars.
all right. Yeah.
Which I should have taken more, but.
Nah, but that's all right. I think that trip was really successful, and the fact to get that connection and just putting your name out there, man. And I think when that guy sends you tobacco, I think you should send him maybe the Cohiba Spectre model or something like that,
Yeah, yeah.
and it'd be really interesting to see what he says about it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I wanna wait until they're at least I have like 6 months to a year on them.
Are you gonna put a band on them?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a band with the blend and that's it. I don't know. CDS Spectre. We put what?
Sacco, I think you should call it the Flex.
The flex.
Flex, the
Well,
Flex.
first is this to get your approval, you guys' approval before it hits the.
You already got it, bro. I would call it the Flex. That's my opinion. A short name, Flex. Like Flex is a great name for a cigar, bro.
Oh man, that cigar is getting intense. Right there, the puff.
You got real strong.
It got real flavorful.
Yeah, bro.
But
What's your next vacation? What's the next plan?
the next vacation is Alaska. Alaska on June. My yearly trip. And then I don't have any yet. I might, in the fall I might go to Armenia.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next one is coming is the Alaska salmon fishing, baby.
What would you say is a more expensive trip, the Dominican or the Alaska trip?
Uh, well, definitely the Dominican because I spend a lot of money on cigars too. But with the car, with the cabin, and then about the same, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the same. So
What do you bring back the fish from Alaska? How do you do that?
yeah, yeah, you bring back
So
in
how
the
do you bring?
coolers.
Say again?
In the coolers, all the places that you rent out the cabins, they have
No, but how do you bring it back to California?
like baggage. There are special coolers. Special coolers, you just put them in the coolers, steaks, fillets, or the whole fish, but you have to freeze them. And
Wow.
then with the ice, we just pack it with the ice, and then it takes like what about what 9 hours, and if you pack them real well, they nothing happens.
fish?
Every box takes like 40 pounds, I think. 40 pounds of fillet and plus ice, 40 pounds. So we don't put as much ice because if you pack it well with the frozen fish, it doesn't even thaw. It doesn't even thaw out. It just stays frozen. Yeah, 40 pound, 50 pounds each thing, each box. Last year we brought 6 boxes, 240 pounds of fillets with 3 guys. Yeah, and then we vacuum pack it. Let me show you. I still have some in my freezer, bro. Freezer flakes. Here you go. I don't know. You're kind of like in that spot there. Yeah, that's all the fish. That's a halibut right there. These are dorado, mahi mahi. These I cut from ocean here. These are the salmon.
Oh, that's a
Yeah. I have a lot of fish. These
wow.
are some tuna here. Yellowfin
Wow.
tuna. Bro, I can
And you
like make a sushi like in an hour. The whole
wow.
sushi roll with the fish that
Wow.
I cut.
That's right. So you make your own sushi.
Yeah, yeah. It's way better than anything you can get at the
So you
sushi
make your own
place.
cigars. You
Huh?
make your own. You make your
Yeah.
own cigars. And what don't you make, Sako? Like you're the most interesting man.
I don't make babies. That's a lot of responsibility.
Okay, so come. I mean that is a okay. So you don't just make the sushi. You catch you catch the fish in Alaska,
Yeah,
and then you could come home and eat sushi and smoke your cigar you made.
yeah, and then the fish from Alaska, it's yellow. I mean, we get salmon and what you call it, halibut, and then the rest of the tunas I catch them here.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not just me. It's like bodies. It's interesting with more people. Like we're same minded. So, I mean, Alaska trip is like a vacation. You go in the nature. Sometimes the phone doesn't work wherever you are, and then and then it doesn't get dark in the summertime. You can just fish 20 hours a day. People come fishing like 10 p.m.
So what's the biggest fish you caught in Alaska?
100-pound halibut.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
that's the biggest I caught. But the halibut, that's what the Alaska is known for: halibut and salmon. But the
right.
halibuts there will get like 300-400 pounds, like
Wow,
really big.
wow.
Yep. And then a lot of people do hunting too, but yeah, we don't fuck with hunting.
But that's a whole nother trip.
Yeah, that's on another trip.
I'm sure you can get everything up there. You got to watch
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You got to watch out for grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear, yeah, you can get moose if the moose is drawing, but usually, yeah, moose is preserved for locals. If you have a like local friend, whatever, and then they're willing to let you shoot their moose,
Wow,
then yeah, you can shoot it and then bring it and whatever you want to do.
wow. I
Yeah,
never. Did you ever eat moose or no?
no, no, bro. I never done any big game hunting. I done like deer a few times, but I don't like the deer meat. My favorite is pig. So and then pigs are abundant, and the farmers here they're begging for people to go and shoot the pigs.
Yeah, yeah. Like in Texas, there's no limit. You can shoot everything.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, they eliminate pigs, man. There was this video one time, this guy with AR-15 like shooting pigs, and then there was a lot of comments. Oh, that's inhumane. That's whatever, whatever, whatever. But if they're damaging your farm, well, it's I mean, fuck
People don't
that.
know how much damage pigs do. Chicks.
Yeah, and in humane, it doesn't matter. I mean, you make a good hit, they die right away. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You're using 308 or you're using AR-15, right?
Yeah. No, but dude, please, everyone's eating bacon. What do you think? It's got to come from somewhere, you know?
Yeah, I mean they're delicious, man. Pigs are like wild pigs are delicious. Especially you get like the small one, a piglet.
Yeah.
That's even way more delicious. Yeah.
Man, dude, I really think that you could end up having your own cigar like brand with General Cigar. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have to talk to Jay about the licensing portion.
But oh, the def, yeah, you had to, well, how about this? Uh, what if General said we this blend and we want to use your name? What if they paid you for like royalties? Would you do that?
Oh, dude. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, you
But
know,
you know, uh, there's always like too much shit going on. Good night, James.
yeah, that's it. Well, I
Mm.
think I'm gonna be getting going too. I got to get up early for work tomorrow, man. And dude, I'm really excited for you to get the tobacco because I want to see what kind of tobacco he sends you. What if he sends you stuff that you couldn't get? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because I told him, dude. I said, look, uh, I can control the construction or whatever, the all that, but I can control the tobacco that I'm getting. Well, he said, where are you getting your tobacco from? Okay, so here's the deal. In Dominican, there is a bazaar kind of thing. Like you go and they sell tobacco.
Uh,
Anybody can go and make a deal and buy shitload of tobacco
right.
in from the from the market. There is a tobacco market, which I never been to, but yeah, this year they told me one guy was they were coming up with their own blend, and they say yeah, you go to you go to that place and you buy your tobacco, whatever tobacco you want, but obviously it's not the big companies, because they buy the tobacco most of the time themselves. There are the people only grow tobacco. So
Wow.
he said, yeah, you can go and then choose a tobacco and buy it, and then, but then again, how are you going to transport it? You can,
Well, yeah. If you're buying wholesale tobacco for another
yeah.
country,
If
gotta,
that's why you gotta have factory there for that. You buy the tobacco and make the tobacco there, the
yeah, but
cigars there.
then you still need an import license.
Yeah, to bring a lot. Yeah, but I mean, you can bring a suitcase. Nobody
Yeah, sure.
cares. But,
No, but if you're gonna make a brand like that, you
right.
gotta.
Yeah, if you're gonna bring like hundreds of pounds, that's different. Good night, Notorious.
Yeah,
Notorious is gonna hit the hay too.
yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's flex time, bro. Man,
Yeah.
I always love having you on, man. It's you,
Always pleasure, Big D.
bro. You definitely the man of 1,000 talents, man. I mean, making sushi, making cigars, and the blends you're making, man. I'm so excited in the future to try those blends. That Spectre cigar, I think, is gonna be fantastic.
I'm gonna, I'm just scared of the draw is kind of tight on him because I made it a small ring gauge and there was a lot of tobacco needed to go there.
Right.
But I hope with time and drying out a little bit, it will.
Yeah, I think the cigars really just gotta make sure it's dried out. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. The marriage needs to happen.
Yeah, dude, that's you're the flex. You're the
That's
great
it. Flexinator.
great flex, bro. Man, but man, I always love having you on, man. And man, I love you, bro. So I'll see you around, brother.
All right, brother. Yeah, I love you guys. To
You,
take
you
care.
stay you stay fresh now.
Stay fresh. Always, man.
All right, bro.
Take care, brother.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.